Oh my God. We are probably live on the interwebs right now. Give us a what up in chat if you can hear us, everybody. We have some major problems going on, and let's make sure we're going live on. We're live on YouTube. Beautiful.
We're on X.
Beautiful. We're on X. We're on YouTube. YouTube's probably going to banish us forever for going live right now, but who gives a damn? Because we only live one life. Now, if you're in YouTube or Rumble or Twitter, give us a +1 in the chat. Let us know that you can hear us, you guys, because we're kind of set up a new system on the fly here. As you can see, we got some major problems in the background. We got Donald Trump at a rally. I'm going to play the image. Actually, let's turn the sound on as well. Bam. And let us know if you can hear this.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Bro, this just happened about 15 minutes ago. Basically I'm thinking this is the nasty moment for America. Like, I've been warning about this civil war, civil unrest stuff brewing up, the polarization, the division between the country. Now we have Donald Trump, the most popular person on the planet, just had an assassination attempt on his life. And also, look at after this image of Trump. This is what's going to spark.
I was moved. I was driving. We were coming back from a day of shopping, and I'm kind of like getting this information as I'm driving, and then my wife shows me this picture, and like I was locked in, like my breathing was heavy. I'm like, holy God, this is such a pivotal day. And then he was actually we're going to find a clip of this. He actually stood up and he was addressing the crowd. He was pointing at you and he was saying something. We need to find out what he was saying. But this is an iconic image that is going to define America for the next 100 years.
100%, man.
Yeah. And look, 100%. America has a long tradition of political assassinations, but it kind of took a hiatus for about 25 years. Well, it's back. So, and all I can say is thank God in heaven that Donald Trump is still alive. Because if he was not, we would be in a different era of this country right now. So I am just so grateful that guy, whoever it was, is terrible at shooting. Because my wife said, do you think this was something that they like planned, to like get sympathy or something? And I'm like, you do not plan an earshot.
No.
That is well within the margin of error. This is a straight up assassination attempt. We're going to get into more of the details as they are breaking. There's a ton of details coming out now. But as far as we know, Secret Service has made a statement. President Trump went to, and this happened in Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
President Trump went to a hospital facility. He got checked out. He has a bloody ear. He's going to need some reconstruction on his ear. But many shots came out. Many shots were fired at Donald Trump, and it appears to be a small caliber round.
Yeah, I don't know. Did it just disband me? Am I visible? I don't know. It took me away or something like that. But hopefully you can still hear me. Basically, Nick, I've been warning about this stuff, and I feel kind of tired about how long I've been warning about it. Now this situation has come. Nick, we've been doing something special for our positioning. We're in crypto, but we also saw a potentially, like, we're financially hitting levels that we hadn't seen since the Civil War, but also we're hitting sociological levels we hadn't seen since the Civil War. Do you think that we're going to actually have a civil transfer of power after this election? Is that tangible at this point from what we're seeing?
I want you to, well, first of all, your video is frozen. I want you to extrapolate more on the civil transfer of power, because there was a really big financial transfer of power back during flu season, which is when all the small businesses were forced to shut down and large businesses were allowed to operate. That's kind of been a catalyst for Donald Trump to key in on. It's been something that he's gone back to over and over again. with just the inconsistencies and the dichotomy of what the American economy used to be and what it is now.
Yep.
So there's a really big issue there with just what's happening in politics. It is not a coincidence. I mean, look, Donald Trump has no friends in the intelligence community. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he has no friends in the what I call the deep state law enforcement. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
FBI, the DOJ. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been coming after him since day one, and if they can take down Trump, they can take down anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Him embracing crypto, pushing back against the central bank system. I mean, there is a laundry list of people who have been going after central banking and quickly meet a demise.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Gaddafi is one of them. He's probably, I think, the most recent. But even JFK, I mean, you could talk about all the things that RFK has been talking about with his dad and then his uncle. They were going against centralized powers. They were going against this kind of like, fascistic Leviathan. And their attempts on lives are commonplace right now. I'm going to continue to do some research, kind of fill in the gaps here.
Yeah. I mean, and a peaceful transfer of power. I mean, it was still tangible, right? I mean, I feel like, Republicans and people that were just heavily backing Trump. I am one of them. You know what I mean? Even though I have an open heart for RFK, I'm still voting for Trump. Yeah. And that's with me following RFK for the last 15 years, fighting against the medical industrial complex. But the amount of hatred that I saw from the deep state towards Trump made me, that made him my happy little wrench in the machine that I hate. Yes. And I absolutely loved seeing him shake up the world like he has. And I see someone in the chat, the C-Rab guy, don't ever go back on Piano Meta B again. Unfollow Piano Meta B. I hope you're not subscribed to my channel. And honestly, you can kiss my hairy white ass. If you have a problem with me talking about the power of the people and retaining the power of the people and reminding everybody about how close we came to tyranny actual during the COVID lockdowns, you can literally kiss my white ass. And I hope you never support this channel, because I am not here to gather support from people that despise a free world. I am not here to align with people that basically want to shut up the MAGA Republicans, the deplorables. I am so sick of staying quiet about this situation. Yeah. It's never going to happen again. I will literally never work at a place that makes me be quiet about this situation. Ever.
No. And like, what's crazy is there's a lot of clutching the pearls right now. And thankfully there has been some pretty much bipartisan condemnation of this. I believe Gretchen Whitmer just came out with a statement condemning this. But like, let me go ahead and just pull up this tweet from David Sachs. Okay.
Yeah. How do I get your
pull up the tweet from David Sachs? You can't stop me.
Add your share your screen, and then I'll add it to the stage here.
I will. David Sachs encapsulates. Well, David Sachs, for one, in case you're new, he's one of the guys on the All In podcast. He is, I would say, he's kind of like a big government rhino. Like, he's not a conservative, but he's a Republican because he's got a lot of money. Yeah. So, okay, here we go. So let me share my screen.
Yeah. Let me see where's it at. What's it at?
Present, share screen. Okay, I got a lot going on. I'm sorry, this is not going to be as clean as it could be. I'm just going to share my.
We're just raw dogging into this, man. I keep talking about raw dogging.
Okay,
all right, so I'm adding this.
Okay,
there we go.
All right.
You first of all, you're a psychopath for being in light mode. I don't understand what kind of planet.
I don't know how to change it.
Well,
I'm in Firefox too. Okay, I can't be controlled. And he found this. America. This is less than a day ago. Americans want a president, not a dictator. Mm-hmm. This vile, hyperbolic, hysterical rhetoric, endlessly amplified by the mainstream media, that invited every lunatic in the country to take matters into their own hands. You have heard how Trump is a Nazi, Trump is Hitler, MAGA Republicans are Hitler, MAGA Republicans are Nazis, fascist. What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Right.
You're talking about when you use dehumanizing language against anyone. And look, the right is also guilty of this. But the left are the ones that are in control of the culture and of the media. Okay, they amplify these messages tenfold. And when you get Whoopi Goldberg and all those other hags on The View, talking about this dehumanizing and reinforcing dehumanizing language. This is what freaking happens, people.
Yep. It desensitizes people, and they no longer view those as citizens or people that they should get along with. It's the same thing that happened when you put masks on everyone. Yeah. It dehumanizes everything. Then they have no problem pushing you down. Think of the stormtrooper, the idea of the stormtrooper, right? It's a faceless image, and they don't have to show you their face when they're killing you.
Yeah.
And
this is another tweet here. Hang on real quick. Dylan Byers says, Peter Thiel sarcastically thanked Reid Hoffman for funding lawsuits against Trump because they turned him into a martyr, increasing his chances of re-election. From the stage shot back. Hoffman shot back with his own quip, said, yeah, I wish I had made him an actual martyr.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just like a tiny little frag. And this was way back. Like, I'm old enough to remember when people were talking about George Bush.
Yeah.
Okay. And vilifying George Bush. And like, I'm not like a George Bush fanboy, but they were talking about how he was a terrorist and a monster. Here's one of my favorite images. Kathy Griffin. I've hated this for a while.
Oh yeah.
Trump face. This was during Trump's presidency.
And acceptable across the board, right? This was completely fine.
Weird how this type of rhetoric has suddenly come together in an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Okay? Fuck you, Kathy Griffin. You horrible bitch. This is terrible for the country. Okay?
And Nick, look at here. I'm gonna put. I'll add my screen to the stage real quick.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna share. Check this out. Look at this. Look at Trump token.
Yeah.
Look at that token.
My wife made me a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I'm going to eat live on stream because it's 7 o'clock here. I haven't had dinner.
And the theory behind MAGA token is like people are voting with their dollar, right? And they're putting their money behind this meme coin that is representative of Trump. And look what happens. This happens. It's up 42%. You know what I mean? People are tired of this, and they feel like their voices can't be heard at the polls. They feel like they aren't being listened to by people that they, at one point, like an elected leader, it feels like they just come out, they say everything that the community directly around them wants to hear. They get in position, and then they never listen to you ever again because they don't fear you. That is the problem. These elected bureaucrats that are on their ivory towers have no fear of the local populace because they're fat, they're dumb, they're untrained, they're not willing to inflict the kind of things that this country was founded on to get that type of cooperation from government. This cooperation from government, it didn't happen just because everyone just decided to get along. They realized that there was a decentralized guerrilla warfare aspect within North America that would literally take them out of their caravan and dismember them if they did not do what they said they were going to do when they were elected. Like, that is the problem. There's a disconnect. And, you know, now we have the intelligence state. We have the NSA just built up around us, and they're tracking everything I said. I called TJ before I went live. I was like, bro, I am never going to be able to get hired anywhere else again after I go online and say what I'm about to say about this situation. You understand that, right? He's like, I fully understand.
Oh, man.
Because that's it, right? I mean, I'm literally like, I'm all in, bro. Like, I've talked all of this stuff about what's coming. Now it's coming. There's no way any, left-leaning agency would hire me after saying the things that I've said. But I'm literally moving in a place where I only know how to move forward in the situation. And I cannot sit there and be silent and be quiet. I was loud during COVID, but I wasn't loud enough. I felt even though I was dissenting and I was open carrying and I was carrying, I literally was walking around with an armored vest, a soft armored vest, and, put the little mask thing. The only time that I was willing to do it was I wore a gigantic goat head, just showing them, hey, guess what? You're awakening something inside people that honestly you don't want to see. And it's awoken completely. I hope everybody in America feels the same way I do. We need to really, really take control of this country back, not just be loud and, all that stuff. I don't think that we can vote our way out of this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel that way.
There needs to be the concept of, like, you need to press the flesh. Like, the left is so good at this, at getting in elected officials' faces. And getting their message heard. Speaking of being heard, we have a lot of people watching us right now. So I just want to do a shout out to people in Rumble. There's over 400 people on X right now watching.
Wow. What is that?
That is awesome stuff, guys. Hit the little heart, repost this broadcast. It would give us a comment to it, help boost the signal. We really appreciate all of you guys showing up here. these are these moments, these flashbulb moments where we have a chance because we have attention. We have everyone's attention right now
Yep.
for the next probably 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be focused on this election.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally, as I was driving here, I was at a stoplight. I rolled down my window. I flagged down this woman next to me in a car. I said, "Did you hear that Donald Trump has been shot?" She said, "I just heard. I'm texting everyone."
Yeah.
It's spreading like wildfire. Okay. This is a
Yeah.
moment where we can actually take stock, and the deep state, the giant bureaucracy surrounding us, they're fragile, and we can say, no, 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 no. You need to listen to us now. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Look at
our
this.
moment to stand up and be heard.
Look
And
at
just as
this.
they said, like, you can't just go through life and just be mad about how things are going and yet
Mhm.
take no responsibility and no action to try and change it. Okay.
Yep.
It's like pulling when there's some piece of I'm very active with anti trans movements. I'm very active with the opposing all types of cultural Marxism and the gender ideology and stuff. Getting
Mhm.
people to actually pick up their phone and call their senator and say, "Hey, we don't think pornography should be allowed in public school libraries."
Yes.
It's
Yes.
so difficult for them to do that, but they will go, I'll go to church and they complain, "Oh man, the culture's going crazy." Well, yeah,
Mhm.
because the smart people, the good people, the moral people are not standing up and being heard.
100%.
It is time to get engaged. You need to be watching this election like a hawk. You need to be telling everyone with all this bullshit that is happening with election fraud, with blah, 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 blah. You need to be involved. The time for being asleep is over. It is time to wake up. It is time to be engaged. It's your responsibility, guys.
Yep.
Expect self-rescue. No one is going to help you out but you. So I do have an update here from Zero Hedge. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and then
Yep.
we'll get to that one. That's going to be a good follow-up to this real quick.
This is insane. So
Can
insane.
you cut over to mine real quick?
Yep. Yep.
All right. So Trump shot on side of head assassination attempt at Pennsylvania rally. Mike Valenti confirmed Butler County District DA tells me one person is believed to be dead, and I believe this is in the crowd.
Oh my God.
Because there were around 8 to 12, I counted, around 8 to 12 shots were fired, and it was from behind. Okay. So there was someone in the rafters because, okay, here we go. So there's a big grandstand behind him. It was in the grandstand.
Yep.
And it was down into the crowd. So I believe a crowd member has died. This is from another piece of information. Shots fired at the PA rally. Let's go ahead and watch. This is a zoomed out shot. You can hear it all.
That's a lot of shots.
And then it keeps on going. Boom, boom, boom. Can you hear? Is that audio coming over?
Yeah. Let us know in the chat if the audio is coming over. That was a lot of shots, man. That sounded like around.
One. Here's another one.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
And he's just going in. And that's why those Secret Service guys jump on the president. They're there to sacrifice their body.
Yep.
Okay.
Dude, and
the last
what he
clip.
said right before, there's 20 million military age here. Get ready, right?
Yeah. And then watch this. This is the image. And he's saying, fight, fight, fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're going to call him, they're going to call him insurrectionist, right? That's a call for
crowd is
insurrection.
going absolutely insane when he says that.
Dude.
So, let me see here. Joe Biden mega donor, talking about being Reid Hoffman. We went over that. Elon Musk just came out and said, I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery. This is after he said he was not going to support or endorse a candidate. Also, when the Secret Service is there, so he doesn't have the full detail. Okay. So Trump has he has the personal Secret Service, but normally the Secret Service has like multiple circles of presence. There's actually, they have like a essentially like the Batmobile is there on standby with like rockets in the floorboard of the Suburban, and like guys are just like there for counteroffensive at this rally because Trump just has the personal detail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they jump on top of him. They're there to put their lives on the line. Shout out to the Secret Service agents.
Mm-hmm.
It was some I believe off duty or active duty, but you know, off base military guys found the shooter and were chasing him down.
Yeah.
And so right now, I don't believe there are any. I don't believe anyone has been detained. I'm scraping through.
Look at this. We got people thinking it's all fake, bro. No, it's not.
What is all fake?
What are you talking about, bro? Like you are so far from reality. It's all fake. This is all just a facade, right? And this is the shit that like that sounds like something that like a hardcore libertarian that says that we should be able to be naked in elementary schools or some shit like that would say. No, this is not all fake. This is literally happening.
Here we go.
What do you got? What do you got?
Hang on.
What do you got? What do you got? My wife let me know the shooter is dead. We'll see. If
That's what I got right now.
Is it? Okay, let's see.
Here we go.
I want to see his dead body.
To me, as you're trying to figure out if you're okay, what's going on? Was he shot? Was he wounded? Then we heard him on the microphone, Shannon, saying, "Let me grab my shoes," as they tried to take him off. So
good.
We're just trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah. So
enjoy your dirt nap. Enjoy your dirt nap, you fuck.
Like, so, Secret Service yells, "Shooters down in the video. Second shots could have been the good guys. Hard to imagine others aren't hurt." Okay. This is from Merrill Cornfield, Butler County DA Richard Goldinger tells me Trump was grazed by gunfire but is safe. An audience member was killed and the shooter is dead. Another person is in serious condition, the prosecutor said. That's awful. Have you ever been to a Trump rally?
No, I haven't. No.
Bro, I went to one in 2015 when he was running. It was in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Shout out to Goldsboro, North Carolina. It was lit. It was amazing. Anyways, go ahead and read this story.
Yeah, I mean, this story that I'm showing right now, Wispy brought it up.
Yeah.
And this was on the 10th, where Biden threatened to put Trump in a bullseye, met with shrugs. And this shrugs, it's all fake, right? It's all fake. Just shrugs, no big deal. Biden talking about putting Trump in a bullseye. Look what happened. This is so crazy. Will Biden be accused of advocating violence that way? Probably not, right?
That is, if you post a picture of crosshairs on an individual, that is incitement of violence.
Bro, literally, he is guilty of treason. Biden is guilty of treason. We used to tar and feather traitors, right? Like, and we look around and we look at what's the fix, right? It's literally locally tarred and feathered, right? Like, that's what needs to, honestly, like, I mean, what else are we supposed to do? You think you're gonna litigate Biden? You got to make an example out of this type of behavior. He's received millions of dollars from China, selling us out to our current enemy in World War III. He has literally opened the door for 20 plus million military aged men with testosterone levels on average extremely high compared to the average American person. The average American person filling their fucking face full of McDonald's, drinking soda pop, have 8 beers after they do one thing, and they end up looking like a damn Michelin man. The amount of people that have come over this border that are physically able to outdo the average American is insane. And it does not take a lot of people to move the buck here. I think your camera just died there.
Yeah.
You're back. So, and one good thing about this is that Republicans and Trump advocates are often very good shots, and they have been focusing on their physical fitness, knowing that they have to stand up for their families in the public, right? I mean, I don't feel comfortable being an incapable dad to 4 beautiful little kids and this wonderful, beautiful wife of mine. I go out in the public. If I'm physically incapable of controlling the situation around me, someone's going to take advantage of us. And I am never, over my dead body, going to allow that to happen. And seeing the situation from it, as someone asked in the chat, prepare for what? Prepare for civil war, bro. Prepare for civil war, because you're going to have a Balkan. I've been talking about balkanization for a while, Nick. I've been talking about it for a while. We saw Oregon, half of Oregon wants to join Idaho now, right? We've seen Oregon actually is, I think people in Oregon are tired of it, bro. I saw at Portland University, they're starting to talk about biological differences. Finally, once again, of course, they're met with protests and people ripping the PA system apart and freaking out about just basic human anatomy. People are tired of it, bro. They don't want to deal with this fantasy land that's been created by the left and this recreation of Chaz. People think that Chaz in Seattle is never going to come back. You just wait. You just watch what happens to those little city centers. You think that you have a chance to coexist with these people. It's not going to happen. And the businesses are leaving. The executives are leaving. They're going to the suburbs. Why do you think the prices are holding up good for houses in the suburbs? It's because they're fleeing the city centers. It's the same thing with Atlanta, bro. You know, and it's just absolutely crazy. Prepare for what? Prepare for civil war. And this, I'm going to look, go to a blockchain black site. Okay. If you are sitting here watching this and you're wondering what the hell to do, go to basement.supplies. I'm going to share this tab. We're going to go here. Basement.supplies. Me and Nick, honestly, Nick and Vet, I've been leading the charge on basement.supplies. We are the only crypto channel out there in the entire internet that is out here talking to people about not only financial freedom through Bitcoin and self-custody. We literally have a store where you can go if you're unprepared for this type of situation, and you can set up your own bag, right? If you're getting new, you're watching this, you're kind of shocked that things are happening this way, and you're looking around and you don't have any tools, you don't have any things to survive a situation like this. This type of situation, you need to get home bag for. You need to get out of Dodge. If you're in a city center, you need to be able to have a small bag to just sling over your back, look inconspicuous, and get the hell out of there, but also have some things to inflict damage. And you can go through here and it'll come pre-populated with the bag and everything else. Unclick anything you don't need. But honestly, if you're not set up already, guys, I'm begging you. I am begging you. Yes. Not for financial, for yourself, for your family, for your community. Please be strong for your community. Right now, this country needs the strength of men, It doesn't need some kind of social justice conversation or some kind of, election where we think we can vote our way out of this. Like, we literally need to take the bull by the horns on a local level, right? And I think most sheriffs are good. I'm going to say that right now. I think that we have the shining lights that I think we're going to be able to lean on to protect our rights in the country that we live in right now is the Supreme Court of the United States, which is standing up for our rights, but also your local sheriffs. On average, your local sheriffs are keeping your rights controlled, contained, and in place. If it wasn't for local sheriffs, those rights would have been gone March of 2020. I promise you that. I promise you that. I worked with them. My entire family's police. My dad on the dad's side, all military. I know what they're thinking in their mind. So
Basement Supplies, we'll go ahead and put it in the comments. There's a really interesting article. You're gonna get a kick out of this, my guy. Here we go.
Let's see it. I'm so worked up, man. I'm sweating.
I know. I could tell you are. Yeah, take a guess how many people are watching us on X right now.
How many?
There are over 500 amazing souls on X watching us. Thank you so much. Absolute legends on X. Go ahead, hit that like button, repost this. We're way better than Mario Nafal. Okay, we're way better than Mario Nafal.
He's not going to say the hard things. That's the thing, is we say the hard stuff that everyone else is afraid to talk about. And honestly, Mario Nafal's neck is the size of a pencil. He's in the perfect example of the weakness within this country that's allowed this type of situation to unfold. Maybe he means well. Sure. But you know what? You got to make yourself hard. You got to be better, bro. That's the thing. We got to lift these dudes up. We got to turn every man in this country into a Giga Chad. What is this?
Be better. Okay. So just this week, Trump was saying there's going to be attempts on my life because everyone is talking about Trump's claimed on a fundraising email on Tuesday that FBI agents were locked and loaded, ready to take me out because law enforcement documents unveiled this week included a statement that officers were authorized to use deadly force if confronted with imminent danger of death or serious physical injury. He doubled down on the claim on social media post Truth Social. Wow, I just came out of the Biden witch hunt trial in Manhattan, the icebox, and was shown reports that crooked Joe Biden's DOJ in their legal raid in Mar-a-Lago were authorized the FBI to use deadly force on that raid. It's the weaponization of justice in America, he told his viewers Tuesday. This is what Sean Hannity was saying. This is not typical of federal search. Chuck Schumer was like, nah, it's not a big deal. It's what Donald Trump said falsely suggests that his political opponents are out to kill him is beyond the pale, and it is the stuff that leads to political violence, Schumer said on the Senate floor. Donald Trump seems to have no consideration for the sanctity and peacefulness and further functioning of our democracy. You, Chuck Schumer, are the enemy of the people. You are the enemy of democracy. Now, I want to draw a very, very thick, wide line here. There's a big difference between Democrats, liberals, progressives, and leftists. Okay. Democrat is just a letter and a color on a ballot. Okay. There's a lot of different flavors of Democrat. Okay. There's a lot of moderate Democrats out there.
And I think there's a lot less Democrats after the last hour. I'll tell you that much.
And then there's, I said Democrats, liberals. Then there's liberals, which they're kind of one and the same, but they're more of like the free speech absolutists, kind of what the ACLU used to be, right? When the ACLU like defended the KKK for doing a rally, they said it's the right to free speech. Now the ACLU is like, if you have any type of other opinion against COVID or about COVID, then you're misinformation. We're going to take you down.
Look at this misinformation. Look at this.
Yeah. Then there's progressives, which are essentially Marxists. And then there's the leftists, which are out of their mind statists. Okay. Chuck Schumer is a leftist. He's bought and paid for by terrible people, by the deep state. Maxine Waters, same way. AOC, like the poster child for being a leftist. But there's a lot of leftists in the government. And there's a lot of leftists that are in unelected position. They're just dug in like a tick into the backside of the bureaucracy. Most of this was enabled, funnily enough, during Reagan's presidency when Chevron deference was essentially invented by the Supreme Court. But we've got a lot of leftists. They share many, many cultural and social allegiances with Marxism, with communism. And you see that because they just speak freely about doing violence against their opponents. And then they will also speak freely about how their opponents are going to lock you up and put you in chains. And people are actually saying like Donald Trump is going to like make concentration camps or something last week. Yeah. It's absurd. And it's always been like, people on the right are going to say, look, you can say whatever you're going to say, but we're not going to engage in that type of discussion, that kind of dialogue, because it's just too inflammatory and that's not good. And then the left just bowls us over all the time with all of their inflammatory dialogue.
And they have been able to, because we're trying to keep like it diplomatic, Nick. And like, I'm like the hard-sided, like I'm already done with this situation. And I listen to people like I love you because I'm able to listen to you, and you fight with the pen, right? You're also very capable, but you're great at fighting with words. And me, I after COVID, I just locked myself in the basement for like a year and a half and put myself in a work situation where I got tactically trained on weapons and basically just went nuts on turning myself into a weapon. But the pen is the ultimate weapon. And the word is the ultimate weapon. And this, look at what this is. USA Today saying that Trump was removed by the Secret Service after a loud noise startles the former president and crowd.
They can't. They're so afraid.
They won't say
it.
Yeah, they won't say it. They do not want to say that the Biden regime just had an assassination attempt carried out on Donald J. Trump. They do not want to.
You're making the call. You think it was?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You think it was cousin Joe, Uncle Joe?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? It wasn't cousin Joe. Honestly, it's Barack Obama, bro. Like Barack Obama, we know he's pulling the strings. We know that the movements within the Biden campaign have all been called by Obama. Now Biden won't step off the pedestal, and his boss Obama is upset because he won't get off the public stage. And that's a situation that I see Mike calling me here. Mike is in. I don't know if he knows if we're live or not. We should send him a message on Telegram. But yeah, dude, like they do not want to admit that this is a cabal. Like honestly, bro, we already have verification that Biden received millions of dollars at the least from China, who we are currently engaged in the front end of World War III. We already have a trade war going on with them. We already see that they're supplying Russia. We are supplying Ukraine, and we are the money bag of NATO. How the hell do we all not just accept what's going on and move forward? Right?
So, when you do violence against someone, you need motive and opportunity. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's a hell of a lot of motive going on here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you talk, and Trump has been talking consistently about how. Real quick, there's a question in YouTube in the couple of the chats. Anyone else hit? Yes, the shooter is dead. Secret Service took him out. Unfortunately, a crowd member, is dead, and another one is in serious condition right now. Okay, this guy has blood on him. Let's take a listen and see what he's got.
And this is Mark Cuban's post. I was trying to find.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see here. I'll punch this over.
That's exactly where I heard it come from.
What did you see, sir?
Oh, hold on, buffering. I got like 80 tabs on. Bear with it. So this is an emergency doctor.
That's fine.
I heard the shots.
Oh, come on, I'm gonna kill some of these other tabs here.
Yeah, we're punishing our internet right
now. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming, "He's been shot! He's been shot!" So I made my way.
Oh, come on, give it to me. Give it to me.
All right, we'll let that go for a second. So, anyways. Trump has been talking for years about how he's going to end the conflict in Ukraine. Well, the military-industrial complex does not want that to happen. Okay. Now, it's someone's saying, "Oh, you can't assign blame." Okay, look, you need to understand context here, folks.
Yeah.
Boeing has been making crappy airplanes for the past God knows how long, and as soon as whistleblowers started to come out and prove that Boeing was not doing what they were supposed to be doing. What did they do? Boeing fucking killed them. Okay? It's kind of like a joke here in the United States that, like, you know, the employee of the month at Boeing is John Wick. Okay?
It turned into a joke because everyone feels like they can't do anything.
Because you can't. Well, guess what, guys? You can do something.
Right.
If you go to the Boeing, if everyone who is a Boeing shareholder or everyone who lived near a Boeing area went to Boeing and started banging on the door saying, "Fire the CEO right now, or else we're going to come in and destroy this place," they would freaking listen. If everyone just dumped Boeing stock right now, Boeing would freaking listen, okay? But if Boeing is going to assassinate whistleblowers over a 777 being poorly made, do you not think that the military-industrial complex, which is like 100x bigger than Boeing, is not going to take steps to pad and make sure that they're able to stay in business? You bet your ass. There is motive. There's plenty of opportunity.
Absolutely. And look at this. This is a great comment. The amount of hate I'm reading online is appalling. Folks saying they wouldn't have missed and upset the shooter missed. It's disgusting. I fucking bet that you would miss because most liberals suck at using weapons. And honestly, that's why you're going to lose. If you want to go toe to toe in this aspect, you're going to lose. You have the little pockets of Antifa that think that they've been training, bro. You have never pushed your heart rate up to the absolute peak and then taken the shot. You have never. The vast majority of them. And also, you know, like I reach out, like I have a liberal, a heavy, hardcore liberal that I conversate and I try to befriend. I don't stop trying to be friends or talking to liberals that I know, because I know that first of all, I'm not afraid of them because I know what I am, but also I'm willing to still try to reach out to the other side to wake them the hell up, bro. Because once conversation stops, absolute chaos then follows. So, you know, like that's why this conversation needs to be happening right now. It's
the digital boys are not ready for it. When you say VO2 max, they think it's like a new flavor of vape. Okay. Like they have no idea what it's like to actually push themselves and try new things and like, I don't know, have like some type of situational awareness. Again, like this is why we do, like this is our site, basement.supplies. It's where you can like get kitted out. It's your ground level on just getting the bags and the equipment that you need so you're not completely useless. Yeah. Okay. Like newsflash, when stuff is happening, law enforcement is doing law enforcement stuff. They're
busy. Right.
Yeah, they're busy doing stuff.
Well, because you were in that situation, right? Like
so like back in the summer of love 2020, and Atlanta was on fire and they were destroying the CNN building.
But it was peaceful.
The peaceful protest. I could see the fires from my house. Like I live like 12 miles away from downtown Atlanta. I could just drive up the hill and I could see the black smoke coming from downtown. And I was getting calls from my friends. They're like, there's people banging on my door and the cops aren't responding. And literally for about 2 weeks, there were like basically no police that could respond to anything. and I live in Cobb County. Like in the surrounding counties, they were all in like full lockdown. Okay. And it does not take very long for society to come down in pieces. Okay. Let me show you this one video real quick.
Absolutely. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
You got to select my screen.
He was definitely not shot with an airsoft, bro. I love you, bro. But that's
so this is Houston, Texas. I believe it was just a few days ago. Now, a big hurricane went through Houston, Texas, and there was a temporary, like 2-day power outage, which caused lines at the gas station for hours. Okay, this just like looped around and around and around. At the gas station, people waiting to get gas. There's so many of these videos of people waiting to get gas, and this is just for like a very temporary power outage in Houston, Texas. When there's a more extended issue, like with social unrest, or you could see in the hacks that just happened. P.S. There was a giant the biggest hack of all time. This happened literally yesterday with AT&T.
Yeah, I'm an AT&T customer, bro. Like my stuff's for sale on the dark web.
So and this has been happening a lot over the past 24 months. Many attempts on our infrastructure have been made and been successful. It is coming. There have been many law enforcement security professionals talking about how, hey guys, there's going to be a big one pretty soon. They're going to take out a quarter of the power grid. It could be down for a week. It could be down for 2 months. You combine this with an election. We are in the hot zone. Okay. We are in the steamy gooch of what could possibly be a very bad scenario, because you have the world power, the extremely tenuous election now coming up in November. Our enemies are going to try and capitalize on this. Who is this goober?
This is the shooter. This is the shooter. This is the reported shooter. This is from Wall Street Silver. Per the Butler Police Department, the Trump shooter has been arrested, and the scene has been identified as Mark Violets, an Antifa member.
That can't. Okay, this is okay.
We got it. That's
huge
breaking.
Asterisk on this story. Completely unconfirmed.
Yep.
This looks like a Reddit moderator. I put a 2% chance on this being the actual shooter.
Yeah.
No one try and like white knight this guy. He's probably dead. The shooter's actually dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they could arrest a dead person. Maybe they arrested him at the scene and then he died.
Oh, they carried the dead body out. I saw the imagery. They carried his. It was a
Tia's coming in with a hot mic moment there. Let's see. Yeah, there's some other breaking news happening right now. There's, gee whiz, this information is coming in hot and fast. Holy smokes, guys. I think there's some new developments. Just hang on one second. Okay, ER doctor was in the crowd. You can take my screen down, because just doing search on X can be really weird. Hang on here. Okay. News footage of an individual laying down on. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. This is someone. You can bring my screen back. This is someone. New footage of an individual laying down on a rooftop. Butler County DA said 2 people were shot and killed. The shooter in person, I think, jumps rally. Here's someone laying down on the rooftop.
I can see the guy there. I think they hit him because the guy looks dead.
Yeah.
So that person they were taking out of the crowd might have been the bystander.
That could have been the bystander. Yeah, that's terrible. That's a shooter's vantage point, on a metal roof right there.
Wow.
This is the video of Donald Trump after the assassination attempt. The crowd is going absolutely berserk. He's telling them to fight. And the crowd is just frothy. This is like a Lollapalooza, 2000 with Rage Against the Machine kind of situation.
We got a lot of let's see here. We got a lot of reports coming out about this Mark Violets guy.
Okay. Again, guys, these are very, very early reports. We're not sure what's happening. 665 people watching us on X right now.
Wow.
We really appreciate it so much. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you so much for your support. Go ahead, hit the heart button, repost the space, and comment this video. Comment on it. Help boost our signal. We are bringing you live updates. We're going to be here for a while. We're not leaving until we get some more information here. I'm going to continue to go through some of my sources right now and see what is popping. So
I got to read some from the chat too.
Okay,
Like this is we're 800 people watching us, bro. This is the Deadwood. Someone just tried to kill Donald Trump on the on his stage at a Trump rally. We're trying to find out if these reports of Mark Violets are confirmed as the shooter, but haven't found any confirming reports of it yet. We just saw imagery showing what looks like a shooter on a rooftop building outside. We do know that one bystander in the crowd was killed. Looked like Trump was shot through the ear. Look at these comments. Rest in piss. Rest in piss. All this stuff. Let's see your Spectator Index reporting this as well.
Okay.
So,
CNN is actually finally saying that Trump was shot.
Really?
For a while, they said he fell down. But this is the front page of CNN right now. Let's see if it's still up on politics.
And Brent
shooting a Pennsylvania rally.
I'm thinking Brent in the crowd's asking if it sounded like an airsoft gun. No, I used to airsoft hardcore, bro. That's not an airsoft gun. No, that was a 22, most likely is what it sounded like, or a 5.56 with the suppressor.
Yep.
So let's see here. Woman was sitting behind Trump, got hit with a bullet. Ooh.
Oh my God, that's awful.
This is absolutely crazy, bro.
That's terrible.
This is absolutely crazy, bro. No way.
Getting a couple more updates right now. I'm going to see what else we got. Hang on one second. My audio may cut out here in a second. Let's see. Move the site.
This is so crazy, bro.
Right.
I had so many plans today. I was going to fix the flooring in my kitchen. I just went to Home Depot. I was coming home. My God, I just had to go live, bro. Like this needs to be, we had to go live. I saw Josh's live too, talking about it. Josh's experience and how he's kind of transformed has been cool to see. You know what I mean? It's
so all right, let's game theory this out. All right, let's think about what is going to be the next 24 hours. The next 24 hours, what are you expecting? I got to put myself on mute, and I'm going to go grab a beer. So you kind of postulate to the crowd, and then I'll come back and jump back in.
Well, over the next 24 hours, you guys, is going to have a lot of reports of verification and confusion going on about who the shooter actually was. And there's going to be an information war. There's going to be a lot of denying, a lot of internal denial from the left. I'm sure that those conversations at my office with my liberal friends are going to be very heated. But I'm going to have an open heart and one in the chamber for this type of situation out in the streets. I'm going to be very, very careful about civil society right now because it is at a boiling point. And really, this is the type of stuff that we prepare for, but we hope never actually happens. And that's why, the power of this channel and what me and Nick and Veteran Crypto are laying out matters. It matters more, honestly, than any other crypto channel out there. I know that there's a lot of great TA people and stuff, but I don't hear any crypto people talking about the real tangible problems that are happening in our society right now. And that's what me and Nick and Vet are doing. We're talking about the actual problems that are coming up from this election. And yeah, we know that they cook the markets and the markets do well every election cycle. Great, right? Financially great. But use those profits to harden yourself and to get yourself some land. Take advantage of this time frame that we're in and get hard assets, folks, because the time is short to get your hands on them. And honestly, it's basically a moment I begged and prayed would never actually come, but here we are. And there is no other way to explain it. Like I'm pretty sure that we're probably going to get demonetized at the very minimum for going live like this on the tubes, but it just had to be done. That's why we need your guys' support, so we can keep coming to you, breaking with this actual information as it happens and the actual ways to stop it, the action plan. I always hear about everyone complaining, but no one has an action plan. Nobody in crypto has an action plan, bro. They just don't want to talk about the action plan.
We do.
It's scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's aggravating. I hear all these people like, yeah, this is really bad and really crazy. And I know Joe's lying and he's a traitor, but gee whiz, do you see the chart, guys? You know what I mean? It's like, you got to have a balance of acknowledging the real world around you, but then also putting a real plan in place to harden yourself, your family, and your community.
Yeah. So right now I got some questions, folks in the actual X room. Thank you for being live. People are so fast to make assumptions. Let the facts come in. We are going to be here for a while, helping you sift through the facts of what is going on. I've got tabs open like crazy. The fan on my computer is like, it sounds like a jet engine right now. Station C4 says on X, if the Dems weren't already doomed in this election before, they sure are now, no matter who they throw out there to run. So I'm thinking for the next 24 hours, and Drew, you just got to make us full screen so we can see our beautiful faces right now. I think for the next 24 hours, we're going to see a lot of. You're on mute, bro.
Here, I'm going to do what I can. We're flying by the seat of my pants here, so I'm going to make us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got Kona with a lemon right now. So
I'm extremely jealous of you because I don't have any liquor or anything to drink in the house. All I got, but I'm keeping ice water, bro. You know, training and doing all that boxing and jump roping. First of all, I screwed up thinking that I could box and jump rope for 2 hours in a row. Like,
yeah, that is an incorrect assumption. Yeah.
I mean, when you came in, I already felt like I was gonna die, and we were just like halfway through it. Isaac puked because of how hard.
Good job.
But yeah, man, like honestly, I've been I had a coffee today without cream. I'm stopping cream because I'm tired of seeing any sort of excess weight on me. And I remember when I wore my vest when I was an armed contractor, that thing pinches the belly. When you put the belt together with the armor, if you're a little bit extra, it pinches your belly. And also it makes it harder to carry those types of bags that we sell on our website for at the distance that you need to. So I am definitely taking that serious. I'm getting back into absolute fighting shape. I'm getting that six-pack back. I'm getting all of those that high endurance levels. I'm bringing that all back to me. I came out to Georgia and the fried food out here was too damn good, Nick. Okay.
AOC. What's AOC saying right now?
Oh God.
Let's see if there's any. Right now, there's been no comment from AOC. Interesting. Real quick, I did do a quick check of the crypto markets. Crypto markets have continued to be. I'm on day mode, so I'm not going to share my screen. Oh, there we go. Here's night mode. Crypto markets are not really responsive. I could tell you right now that if this was like a Tuesday and stock markets were open, they would tank like crazy. Crypto markets are still pretty flat right now. No real reaction besides MAGA token. There have been some coins that have launched like Trump shot, earshot, which is just really distasteful. I am expecting over the next 24 hours for there to be a lot of bipartisan support from the government types. But there will continue to be like a lot of mealy mouth, shoulda, woulda, couldas, and gaslighting from the more entrenched leftists. Let's see if Reiner says anything.
A lot of them are going to feel like they can't go back from how hard they've went against their fellow citizens and their people that are in their local community. They've wrote them off as deplorables, and they can't go back. Like a lot of people are going to be that way. They've already, like Harry Sisson, that little shill on Twitter that keeps talking about how great Trump or Biden rallies are. Like, I think that's actually worth showing too, because that's something I saw. Harry was out there talking about how big the Biden rally is and how great everything's going. Let's just pull this up to show how I'm going to show this asshole's Let's see here. Where is it at? Where is it at? And look at this is the type of garbage that they're sharing, right? This is a billboard. The dark branded. This is dark branded, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no kidding, Harry. We understand you're psychopaths. You want to take over the country by force, literally leave us with nothing to fight back with. But guess what? We're still full of red-blooded Americans that will die to our fighting breath to make sure that our kids have a free nation to live in. And this is this shot. There's maybe 60 people total here. They organize it so that all of the people are perfectly in frame. I'll make myself smaller so you can see. Like all the people are perfectly in frame. They can make it look like a big deal when really there's 60 people there, and half of them, if not more, are media. You know what I mean? Like they are on fumes right now, absolute fumes, and they're scraping at the bottom of the barrel. And this is where the Dems are. They're desperate, right?
Yeah.
This is the
and
desperation.
If it was an Antifa leftist that did this, that tracks absolutely. Here's some more images. These are just a warning. These are a little bit intense. So this is the scene where the woman died. That is in the grandstands.
Mm-hmm.
I said it was a woman. I don't know if it was a woman. I don't know who it was. It was someone who's part of it. Stephen Miller, I'd ask you to refrain from spreading baseless conspiracy that Trump's political opponents like the Clintons are behind this. It is dangerous and unsubstantiated, and the Clintons don't miss. So that's actually a pretty good take from Stephen Miller, because yes, the Clintons would never miss. Michael Malice says, we were told that Democrat voters were unmotivated this year. Michael Malice is like, yeah, veteran crypto. The left on socials are already yelling for a false flag. They can't help themselves.
Of course.
Michael Malice, absolutely the most dark-hearted son of a gun on the planet. This is another iconic image that you're going to see on back tattoos at country music concerts for the rest of your life. Let's see. So this is the Secret Service taping off the area. You can tell people fled. That's why there's trash on the ground.
Yeah. And those stands were actually full of people, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's probably, I don't know, 15,000 people at that venue right there. So
this is Crypto Cody. Look at Crypto Cody said. Effing Dems realize they have zero chance of winning. So like a bunch of made poor sports, they need to cheat to win. You did this to yourselves, left. So
yeah, I mean, you did this to yourselves in denying people, like gaslighting the entire country that that inflation isn't happening. You're taking these absurd, insane positions on social issues like abortion through the 9th term or through the 9th month of life, insane gender mutilation of children and pornography in the school systems, and removing parents' rights. Like the left are the ones that have these insane policies and refuse to be reasoned with. Okay. And they know that they're losing the culture war way faster than they ever thought was possible. And here we've got a statement from the White House for immediate release. I've been briefed on the shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania. I'm grateful to hear that he's safe and doing well. I'm praying for him and his family and for all those that were at the rally as we await further information. Jill and I are grateful to the Secret Service for getting him to safety. There's no place for this kind of violence in America. We must unite as one nation to condemn it. That's, as far as White House press releases go, this was pretty standard. I'm glad that he didn't take any shots, and he was pretty.
No, he took his shots against the gun-loving community before this happened. Check this out. So 7 hours ago, this is Biden on Twitter. I want to ban assault weapons and require universal background checks. Guess what? Newsflash, assault weapons are already banned. You can't have an assault weapon without an FFL licensure, and that's a fully automatic weapon for many degrees, but there's also certain parameters even beyond that that qualify things into being what is actually an assault weapon. You dumb. I can't, the kids are still up. I can't really let loose. So yeah, I mean, he already made the move and is setting up the parameters to look. It's the loose gun laws that caused this, not Antifa, who we let run wild. And not to mention, look at this. I mean, we remember, obviously Kamala Harris, the VP, the wonderful VP that he has.
Yeah. Be careful scrolling on X.
No, these are my
bookmarks?
These are my
Okay,
these are my bookmarks. Yeah. Oh yeah, Baldwin let go on his gun charges.
Yeah, I know.
No justice there. Fantastic. They fumbled some of the evidence. I can't imagine how that happened. Right. We're scrolling though. I'm scrolling. I'm looking for Kamala Harris because there's a clip that I showed on what was it? Our main show. And it was, this is the one. This is what we're dealing with, guys. This is the vice president of the United States talking about Black Lives Matter protest as they're burning down entire city centers. Let's have a listen.
I know that there are protests still happening in major cities across the United States. I'm just not seeing the reporting on it that I had
that's right.
for the first few weeks.
That's right. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. And they're not. This is a movement. I'm telling you, they're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels. That this isn't. They're not going to let up, and they should not.
Look at that, and they should not, and they should not let up,
and they should not.
She said that as it was happening. Like, a lot of cops died. A lot of people died during this. $60+ billion worth of damage done to main streets and big cities during that time, and they shouldn't stop. Right? This is the current vice president. Yeah. This is insane, bro. Like, how this is. First of all, obviously, I've been reeling in the fact of how insane life has been since Vice President Kamala has taken this position. Oh man, Crypto Bad Fox thinking there's 2 shooters now. It didn't sound like there's 2 shooters. We got to look in that and see if there's any confirmation on that. That would be absolutely crazy. We know Trump token definitely did take off. Crypto Cody, absolutely. But that was the thing, is like, Trump's the most polarizing popular person on the planet, and a meme coin behind him that's in the, beyond the 10 million. Once I knew, like, I was excited about Trump coin at $4 million market cap, but now, what is it, like a $500 million? And it's honestly, it'll probably hit $1 billion plus. You guys, like, people are voting with their dollar. Like, people are not feeling heard at the polls. They feel like they have no control over their buying power. There's no controls or stopgaps put into place to stop the Federal Reserve from literally printing our children's buying power to zero. There's no stop to it. They're actually increasing the velocity of that by going into World War III and funding NATO. If we can get Trump into place, he's going to force NATO to pay for the war, and they're not going to be able to float the bill. Look at Germany's economy. They're not going to be able to float the bill. That is the key. People don't understand. Like, and think about the context. When Trump was in office, that was the least amount of war this country has had in decades. We have literally consistently stayed in conflict at a mass scale with countries across the world for decades. When Trump was in office, all he had to do was drop a little satellite move or a specified missile move on that Soleimani general with Iran to keep their heads low, right? Because you don't get peace by conversation. It's peace by superior firepower. That's how this world works. It's an ugly reality. Everyone's living in this fantasy land, like we can conversate and have delegate and open-hearted conversations with people that literally want to lob your head off because it is built into their, not only, like, I'm talking about all the new people that are in this country. A lot of them have a religious duty to lob the heads off of people that don't bow to their religion. Okay. So we have this open-hearted idealism going on in America, and literally these high T 20 million plus people are in this country right now with a religious obligation to lob your head off. That is where we're at. And not only that, we have Antifa still working in the wings. Obviously, Antifa didn't go anywhere. What happened to Antifa? They've been focused on putting Americans in jail for January 6th this whole time. 700 Americans spent basically this entire time in prison for being at the Capitol, for what they call an insurrection, right? No, the same day that January 6th thing happened, look what happened with the Taliban, okay? That was an insurrection. That was a Capitol takeover the same day. And, just the gaslighting that's gone on since that time has come, bro. Like, I'm glad that I got good cardio and I feel like my heart's in a good situation, because this is a time I might, have a hernia or something like that with what I'm having to cover, bro. It's absolutely, and and this is
BB gun is now trending on X.
What's that?
BB gun is now trending on X because
BB gun is trending
leftists
on
are
X.
saying it was a BB gun.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a BB gun, right? That's
Yeah,
acceptable. That makes it more acceptable. And this is how they're gaslighting people. This is how they're
this
lying
is
to your
not a
face.
gunshot wound. He faked it with a blood pill, nothing more.
Oh my god, bro.
If that was a gunshot wound, they used a BB gun, you clowns. Trump just
Oh
knows
my
how
God.
stupid his cult is. Just as stupid as Biden's cult. Then he links to some Amazon fake blood capsules. This is honestly, we want to say it's dumb. A lot of people think this way.
Oh my god.
A lot of people think this way.
And that's so scary, but
Yeah.
also like I felt like it was expected.
Yes.
Maybe we should
This
try
guy
to
says that shooting is so staged. They clipped Trump's ear with a rubber bullet, and now he's going to act like 50 Cent in 2003. Wow, he just won the election.
Bro, Trump did just win the election. Like, honestly, if he can make it and live till the election, it's over. There is no winning for Dems. After this just went down, there is no winning for Dems.
Yeah.
This might make RFK's polling stronger, which would be healthy for the country to see a third party start to bubble up. I don't think he has the velocity to dethrone Trump, not even by a long shot, especially if this happened. But it is going to be healthy for us to see a third party option actually start to show its teeth, because that will keep this bipartisan Mexican standoff that we've been dealing with within our government. That gives it a chance to actually stop happening. I'm trying to send. I'm going to send Mike a StreamYard invite here. Let's see if we can get him on stage as well. Here, I'll add this to the stage. Now, I saw this from Mario Nafal. Just going to look at this. Eyewitnesses pointed out a shooter before he shot. Let's see here. We're pointing at the guy. We saw him with a rifle. The police didn't know what was going on. We told Secret Service before the shots rang out. Then Secret Service blew his head off. So let's just listen to this.
So we had a party here all day behind us, the Sprinkles Farming Greenhouse here. We had a party. And we all decided, hey, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees out there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We can see him, but we can hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump. I'm estimating here. I have no idea. But we noticed a guy crawling, they're crawling out the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof. We had a gun, had a rifle. We can clearly see him with a rifle, absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, oh, like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof, let me see him from right here. See him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why is he not holding him up to date? I'm standing there pointing at him for 2 or 3 minutes. The service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots rang out.
He said 5.
Came from that guy on the roof. 100%. And he was up there for a couple of minutes. He was up there. You saw him up there for a couple of minutes. Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes. And you were telling the police and the Secret Service? We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree. Could they see binoculars? Could they see him? Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place. Did you see, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all? Oh yeah, they blew his head off. Okay, sorry. Secret Service blew his head off. Okay, just be careful because we don't know quite know who's watching. But
do we got Vet up in the house? Vet, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
All right. Let us know in the chat if Vet's coming over. How you doing, man? What a day.
Dude, nuts. I actually just heard about this, as it was happening. I threw that message over to you guys, see what was going on. You guys jumped on quick.
Yeah, I was scrambling, and I got a hodgepodge stream going on right now. I know it, but I had to go live immediately, bro.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, me and Nick were talking about, like, honestly, we're the only channel that comes out here and we're like into crypto, but we're also calling out this to come, and now it's come, bro. I think people need to take this situation very, very seriously. You know what I mean? Like, this is a huge problem that's coming to the country. Let me see if I can. I might be able to turn your mic volume up. Let me see here. I'm gonna turn your mic volume up. If you can turn your mic volume up on your side, I don't think I have the ability to. For anyone that doesn't know, Vet is the Devil Knife Hands absolute badass that puts together all of our basement.supplies systems. He's the man behind the machine here, building out a way for people to take control of their own sovereignty. Vet is highly experienced in self-sovereignty in a very physical manner. And honestly, one of my favorite people in the world. This group right here, this is the power team. Right, this is the power team that right here. But Vet, me and Nick have talked a lot. What do you think the next 48 hours is gonna look like, man?
To be honest, I mean, this is somewhat unprecedented. I mean, I was actually talking to my lady and was asking her, I'm like, when was the last time that somebody running for president or a president was shot at, let alone shot? And I think it was Reagan, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was the last one. Well, for president, yeah.
So I mean, with today's day and age, and just kind of the fever pitch right now with the division and a lot of this stuff going on, and rhetoric that's going on. I mean, we've been at a boiling point. Something like this, I mean, there's a lot that can happen. To be honest, I mean, I've watched stuff in other countries. Just being in the service, and I watched just key events. Take things from verbal, jockeying like we see daily on social media, people going back and forth and, kind of the hate, visceral, nature of people's comments. And then when it becomes physical like this, it can escalate quickly. So, I mean, it could go nowhere. It could get very ugly, to be honest.
You guys see this too? My wife just brought me this information. Looks like Mark Violets is reportedly some Italian guy that is live tweeting right now saying that he's not the shooter. So
yeah, I had a feeling.
That's terrible luck.
The body type, I've been looking at zoomed in photos of the body on the roof. That guy does not physically match what I'm seeing on the roof. Speaking of, I also found an image. Someone did a Google Maps poll of the shooter's location. Just beware. I'm on 4chan. So, look, guys, if you want the unfiltered, news, you go to 4chan. But here we go.
We're going in wrong.
Let me in.
No, we've gone black site with 4chan.
We went there. Yeah, we're on the black site. All right, so this is 4chan. So the guy was on the roof of the AGR International Incorporated. Okay. Some people are saying this roof. Some people are saying this roof. But over here is where Trump's grandstand was.
Gotcha.
Like, can you see my mouse as I move it? Okay, yeah. So he had basically a broadside. It was not behind. It was in front, or at least broadside from Trump. Right? Because so the crowd is down here, and Trump was backed up behind the barns, and his grandstand was here. So if the guy's over here,
can you see like the angle that Trump's head was when he got hit? Because for his right ear to get hit like that, he either would have been having to turn to the right, or the guy that hit him was not to the right over there.
He was facing this direction.
Okay, he was facing that direction.
Yes, he was, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would explain why nobody behind him got hit. My first thoughts were it was somebody in the crowd shooting up, just because of the angle, because nobody behind him got hit. So my thought was, somebody in a lower position shooting up would have, kind of gone up and over everybody. But this makes sense.
Trump did get hit, and they died.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
Oh.
So a bystander in the grandstand behind Trump was shot, I believe, through the chest. That's what I'm seeing.
Well, apparently we got
died.
Biden live right now. Let's see if I'll see if I can dig up Biden going live right now as well.
Live. Okay, I also have another. I'm going to pull my screen down because I am on 4chan. I do have an image of a zoomed in image of the shooter. No, it's not.
That good to have you on the show with us too, brother.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. I mean, this is something that needs to be addressed and with a quickness.
Yeah. It was broadside while Trump was turned that direction. That's my pops.
Okay.
Former tanker. You know, my pops knew all about the double knife hand stuff as well. And you know, like my dad is, he really raised me the right way. I am so thankful for the way my pops raised me. I grew up in Boulder County, bro, and I was surrounded by pencil necks and people with patchouli and the sage, you know. And you know, he never really like pushed me to go away from that, but he also gave, you know, he took me out to the garage and made me fix the car. You know what I mean?
We know what we need right now in this country. We need a big old bundle of sage and somebody to drive coast to coast and exercise the demons. You know what I'm saying?
You're not wrong.
Oh my God, bro! Shout out to my pops, bro. He's an absolute savage. I absolutely love him, man.
I'm getting a report that there's two shooters. That there are two shooters. One
and they still couldn't get the job done. What a bunch of losers.
Okay, here we go.
Give me that, and then chat. Link us to the Biden going live. I'm trying to find it on the tuber right now, but give me the link. Go find it and give me the link so we can watch that.
Here we go. Share screen. I wish I didn't have to do this every damn time.
One, just do it. I'm gonna have a drink after this.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh my God.
This is one shooter on the roof that is dead.
Okay.
These are the cops disarming.
How did they not fucking see that?
Second roof. So that guy's he got mega dead. And this is the other roof. So
how did they get that far?
I don't know. And if I go back, oh, this is really dicey. Hang on.
I mean, Secret Service, I mean, they got some badass situational awareness. How did those guys get up on those freaking roofs and get that far?
I don't know. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I had a feeling like this. Wow, there's 800 people watching us on X right now. Okay? Thanks for joining us, all you amazing people here on X. It does look like there are two shooters. And if you're just now joining us, basically what happened is Trump was at a rally outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was doing his speech. Shots rang out. A bullet went through his earlobe. And multiple shots were fired. A person in the crowd was hit and died. Trump survived. And as he stood up with Secret Service all around him, he stood up with blood over his face and he said, "Fight, fight, fight." At the moment, Trump is alive. He is in good health. Donald Trump Jr. just gave a remark, and I believe we're going to Joe Biden right now.
The GOAT.
Like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody.
Put your video quality down.
And if I'm able to
hit the gear, and then drop your video quality
to like 480 or something.
Yeah. And we'll need more audio. The audio was good.
Donald, I'll let you know that as well.
And Drew's got that high quality.
So far, it appears he's doing well. Number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigated.
Yeah, see if you guys can pull this up on yours.
Yeah, I can get it on mine. Hang on one second.
Some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I.
Yeah, I got to get some other. I'm overloading the system with how many places we're streaming from. I'm streaming from just a basic Mac. So
yeah. All right. So here's the CBS News. I think it's a live coverage of the. I think it's live CBS. We're going to see if it'll actually connect. I too have many tabs open right now.
I'm on my phone, or I would.
Yeah, let me see. Come on now. It appears that there were 2 shooters. Both of the shooters are dead. And okay, so we've got. Let's just chat. We've got. I think Jake Tapper. No, that's not Jake Tapper. I don't know who this guy is. Go ahead and punch over to my screen. We're gonna do stream guide. All right, so you should be able to see this. And
oh, there we go.
And this does make me ask questions like, why did the Secret Service not see these guys on the roofs, bro?
No, dude. I mean, that's like obvious. I mean, those vantage points and the way that they were highlighted. I mean, the way that the buildings were. I mean, they would have been silhouetted like hard from ground level.
Makes no sense. That makes no sense
at all. That's what I'm saying. This is like, I find this very, very weird.
Someone saying that they read that Donald Trump was hit by a piece of the teleprompter.
That could be.
He's giving a description. Hang on.
Does it have audio?
Can you not hear it?
No, we can't hear it.
We can't hear it.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I can hear it on my side.
Well, I'm praying for him and his family.
There we go.
For all
Can hear it
those
now.
who are at the rally as we await further information. It goes on to say, Jill and I are...
That's not going to do it.
Buffering hell.
I know.
Grateful to the Secret Service for getting him to safety. There's...
See, this is just reading lies.
No place for this
from
kind
Biden,
of violence
bro.
in America.
We
must unite as
well,
a nation to condemn it. So how...
I mean, it is easy to armchair quarterback too. I mean, without having all the information, with the Secret Service and, spotting the guys. I mean, but 2 guys on those roofs, I mean, that's just,
it seems egregious.
It does. Honestly, it really does.
And there's such a buttoned up force. The Secret Service is not an easy thing to make it into. And,
no.
You are well trained to make sure that vantage points are covered and really the whole area locked down. So,
no, I mean, I know people that have been on the Secret Service. I mean, they go as far as, like weeks before, like a president shows up someplace, like on the airfield, they go and weld manhole covers down to make sure that there's no chance that somebody can pop up. I mean, it's extensive. The ad bond, the advance party that goes to locations that past presidents and, present presidents, when they do these types of things. I mean, the preparation that is involved is just astronomical.
Yeah, it does seem that they locked in on the position of the shooter pretty quickly and dispatched both of them like immediately. Although this that redheaded guy with the kind of like Guy Fieri thing going on, he said he was trying to tell them for like 2 minutes straight, "Hey, there's a guy on the roof. Hey, there's a guy on the roof." So. Yeah.
Oh my God, that feels so insider, man.
It feels so Kennedy.
Yeah.
That is. Oh my God, this is so crazy, you guys. Like, oh my, how are we going to talk about crypto for the rest of the week? Honestly, bro.
Well, I mean, look, he's the crypto president. Like, he was pushing crypto hard. He probably still will.
Mm-hmm.
It's this is. People who say, "Oh, keep the politics out of Bitcoin." Look, anyone who says that, it's easy to just say you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most nuanced thing is to say you are just not comfortable with the reality that money and politics go hand in hand. And when something is as powerful as Bitcoin comes around, power is going to follow it. And power in the form of politics will be a part of that conversation. I'm sorry. So
no. I mean, anytime you want to, discover the truth of anything, follow the money. I mean, it's, I mean, when it comes to, just average crime, when it comes to politics, when it comes to, anything macroeconomics, crypto, you look at crypto, I mean, you guys and everybody talk about, watch the whale wallets, watch, where the money where the money goes, follow it and you'll find the truth.
Yeah. This is I'm going to go ahead and read off a tweet here. Here, I'll show it. I'm back to I'm off of 4chan. All right, I'm off of 4chan. I'm back in the.
What if he doesn't speak at Bitcoin in Nashville now because of this too, huh?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I think he'll be there after seeing how he reacted immediately after getting hit. Hey, he's not going to back down. If anything, he's going to come out double hard. Yeah,
James Smith, who is a really great kind of fitness guru, says the UK needs a Trump. I totally agree. Especially what's happening now.
Well, they had Tommy Robinson, bro. They had Tom.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, kind of, but yeah, we'll see. I like James Smith.
Tommy's having to address, like, they have no-go zones for their cops. Like, he has a much more tangible situation that he has to address. And of course, people are like, oh my God, how could he say that? They literally have spots where the police just can't go. And now the police
Sharia, they have Sharia running their streets, and like you said, their own police force can't go there because the Sharia patrols.
So, and then they're hiring of the new police. They got the DEI narrative, the requirement, not just a narrative, it's a requirement, right? So then the training, you have these gals trying to apprehend, physically fit military-aged men, and it's an embarrassment.
I've watched the videos. It's they're putting them poor ladies in harm's way. Having them try to take down these fully grown men.
And it's a problem, man. It's like, and no one wants to address it. Tommy's out there. He got arrested in Canada for showing up and talking to people in Canada because they want to talk to him about it as well. This is a 20-headed hydra of chaos that's been sown by honestly both wings of the bird. Trump, I don't think he's the traditional Republican that all the Republicans wish they had. He's not. You know what I mean? So
no, because there's almost as many Republicans that hate him as Democrats.
Yeah, and he's kind of pissing in the Cheerios of the military-industrial complex that wants NATO to keep pushing forward. He's like, guess what? NATO's going to have to pay to keep pushing forward if I get back.
Drew, watch out, Drew. You might have just stepped on a bouncing Betty right there. I mean, this might actually be somebody that's like doesn't want him to get in office because of and like you guys said, maybe it's and this is just throwing stuff out there, but banks, because of Bitcoin, foreign, what you got, Ukraine going on, you got all these different things, these hot button topics where you got people like BlackRock that are getting the contracts to like rebuild Ukraine, and I mean you can go down all kinds of rabbit holes on this bad boy.
Absolutely, and not to mention Blackwater, bro. Like, anyone remember Blackwater? Like,
I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Veteran Crypto remembers. People don't realize like that industrial war machine was privatized for a large degree of it, and I mean, people are talking about the markets are ripping. I think, honestly, bro, like, I think Trump's going to get the spot, and even if he doesn't, the person that follows him is Vivek, and hell cometh with him, right? A young.
Oh yeah. No,
no one. Yeah.
No, Vivek will be a pit bull on freaking meth. I mean,
absolutely,
he's gonna be tearing through trash.
Absolutely, man. So like, I think like people, their want for freedom, I think is going to be very, very strong. I think that what Trump said about Bitcoin potentially, being that big move that America could make for its fiat, because that fiat backed by Bitcoin conversation is starting to kick up. And, I mean, honestly, like, we're positioned in a perfect spot for this. And you can, if you're not already prepared, we're trying to get you prepared and positioned in the right spot there. Again, basement.supplies, go get a bag. If you don't already have a bag, go get a bag. Put your stuff together. Get basically I go everywhere with
72-hour kit. I mean, you don't have to go crazy, but have for any, natural disasters, whatever it is. I mean, if you do not have 72 hours of essentials, you are doing you and your family a huge disservice. Even if you don't go to our website, please just get
100%.
some water, some food, some basic medical supplies, just something that that you and your family are taken care of without putting yourself in harm's way for at least 72 hours.
It's not really looking for much. I'm not trying to turn everyone into a bushcrafter that whittles a house together with a pocket knife that's 2 inches long, right? I'm not trying to get you to understand, what plants around you can eat within the next week, but start taking the process to move that direction, right? And start to just at least attempt to understand the world around you in a little bit more concise of a manner. And honestly, bro, like I started prepping, I think it's subliminal because I got lost when I was a kid. I got lost when I was like 5 or 6 years old for like a day in Colorado, and I had to walk through swamps and all this weird shit and follow power lines.
Pain is the best teacher.
Yeah, man. Like I think that subliminally is why I've always been this way. And when I was a kid, I remember I saw the Google car driving down the street, mapping out the entire neighborhood I lived in. And my mom stopped me from hitting it with a slingshot and a rock in the slingshot because I wanted to take it out. I did not want to be mapped by Google.
You're like, F you, big brother.
Yeah, man. Like, and I was a young kid that could just feel it. You know what I'm saying? This is from James O'Keefe. Shooter found dead on rooftop with vantage point to the stage. Secret Service counter assault teams to cover all vantage points. Rooftops most obvious. So that's the big question here, right?
That's what I'm saying, dude. That dude had to have been highlighted, by the sky behind it, at that angle, and with that white roof, and I don't know what the shooter was wearing, but anybody that's done any kind of hunting or been in the military, you stay off ridge lines for that reason because it highlights your silhouette. So I don't know how two shooters on rooftops in elevated positions, obviously clear as day, that they were not spotted sooner.
Right. I think O'Keefe is dead on, bro. While massive errors are possible, plausible intentional overlook of rooftop is more likely. You know what I mean? And
that's what I lean towards, dude. I hate to say it, but I honestly, I get Kennedy vibes off this.
Yeah, man. And it's hard to break people's paradigm that this is the play that's happening. Like the government that we pay for, that we pay taxes to, is literally being utilized to do this to our basically
being weaponized against us.
Right. And it's terrifying to acknowledge that reality. But honestly, guys, and why do you think I keep getting banned on YouTube? Right. Because I keep saying this stuff, and every single little, I don't know how the blockchain basement's still alive, but I thank God that it is.
Did you see Elon tweeted that I guess supposedly the UK offered him some secret deal to censor people, and a couple of other all the other social media outlets, and he said that the other socials accepted it. I haven't verified it, but he tweeted it out, and he said that he rejected the offer.
I did cover that, and really I'm not surprised at all, because the EU is so far gone, you know what I mean? And their people aren't threatening to the government in the EU, right?
Oh no, I mean they're disarmed. They don't have freedom of speech. They don't have a lot of the stuff that we have. So to them, it's no violation of their rights.
Whether you're going to share this information.
Sorry.
Oh, what you got there? You got something?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, go ahead, Nick.
No. Sorry, that was just a video that was playing. I'm trying to do some research. I am seeing. Let me see here.
Elon Musk is fully endorsing him. Musk is fully endorsing Donald Trump now.
Nice.
So this is what's trending on X right now. So hashtag false flag. They missed. Being a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I instantly I started seeing that, and people celebrating.
Yeah. There's a school shooting, MAGA screams false flag. If there is a time to scream false flag, it is now.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's growing by the moment. Let's see. There's other false flag stuff.
The cognitive dissonance is just incredible. You know what I mean? How do people get pushed to this level where they're so far entrenched into the democratic thought process and that side of the fence that they literally can't acknowledge a attempt on a presidential candidate's life in public, the most popular person on the planet, and you can't even acknowledge that it happened. You know, the same type of people that can't acknowledge a male and a female, right? That's the same type of person.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, last time America had a candidate this tough was Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, dude, the Bull Moose Party? Hell yeah.
Going in.
He's going in loud.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
dude.
Wow, bro. Man, I love to see Elon tweeting about this situation so directly. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people follow Elon. A lot of people in the middle of the road follow Elon. That's what.
Dude, I can't unsee it now, Drew. The Guy Ferrari reference on that redheaded guy.
I know. Yeah.
People are saying this is Taco, bro. They're saying this is Taco's brother.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's Taco's cousin or his brother. Yeah, no, for sure.
It's amazing how there's so many like ballistics experts right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course there are, you know, and honestly, like the only ballistic experts that I can listen to are people like that have been there and done it and used a bunch of different systems. I'm a Glock maxi and a AR maxi. I really don't know systems outside of that very well. If you handed me an AK, I'll be like, unbelievable. How dare you? You know, I'll know how to shoot it or whatever, but I'm not going to be able to tear it apart and stuff like that. You know, I basically stick to my Glock and my AR. But you know, obviously I have the 22, the 30-06 and all these other little ones. But I mean, Vet, do you think that there's any chance that was not a 22 or an AR? Like, is there any chance that was like a BB or whatever whatever else they're trying to say this was?
There's no way it's a BB. A BB would not travel that far and, you know, be accurate in any, you know, way, shape, or form. And then, you know, and somebody else got shot behind him, you know, a bystander, and killed. Yeah. BBs don't fucking kill people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I want to ask Ottoman in the chat. Look at this.
And honestly, if there's a BB gun out there like that, I want one.
Yeah. Ottoman saying that he has a link to yeah, because we found the report that it's not marked violets. Yeah, send the link. Link is
send it to us. Send it to our X account. I will scoop it up. And
this is so crazy, you guys. I just
no, it was definitely, you know, a full-on firearm that was used for this. I mean, that wasn't a BB gun.
Yeah. This is so crazy. This is like, my heart is sinking for our country and how divided I know things are going to get. If you're in a city center, get out now. Like, buy the house, get out. Like, it's not easy to leave cities, but
don't necessarily grab everything and run out of the house right now, but
right. Position yourself in the woods, you know, like get out of the city center if you can sell your house at a, you know, a reasonable level right now. Like, cities are going to be death traps, honestly.
Well, and you make a valid point, Drew, because, you know, I mean, there's a long time between now and November. And I mean, look what was going on last time, you know, in American cities. And, you know, compare the division then to the division now. It's much worse now.
Yeah. You can position yourself also within your career, right? If you're a pen pusher that has no idea how to, you know, use firearms or cut wood or anything like that, you can change and you can go find an entry-level job in an armed role or in something that hardens you in some aspect of life that you need to learn. Because, you know, I was used to be a headhunter recruiter for heavy commercial and civil construction. And I'd always ask someone, when they get two different job offers, which job is going to teach you something? Which job are you going to learn something from? You know, we kind of treat this world as we plug in to a corporation and we find that paycheck coming to us every week and we get comfortable, but you got to push yourself to become better, even within your job, even within your life, your home life. You know, it's an uncomfortable thing. Make yourself uncomfortable.
Breaking news here. Breaking news.
Go.
It appears that Donald Trump will be at tonight's UFC fight ringside with Dana White.
Hell yeah. See, like I said, dude, he is not going to take this lion down. He's going to come out twice as hard. If they thought this was going to scare him, is the exact opposite. This fueled his fire with freaking
Where can we watch this UFC fight? And then, Otto, please send me that link to the Blockchain Basement account. Yeah.
Look at this. Seth Shepard's heading. He got a job offer he just accepted, and he's going to be renting out in the country. See how it goes. Shout out to
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That's how you do it.
Actually, down in the comments, I mean, I'd like to hear what everybody has to say about, what they feel is going to be, kind of some things that potentially they see in the future that might come from all this. Because I mean, I have a lot of knowledge. You guys have a lot of knowledge, but there's a lot of people that are watching us that, probably have, they're subject matter experts in a lot of, other areas and might have a better idea. Because I mean, I really would like to, kind of get my head around. This is so unprecedented and at a left field.
Wow.
Yeah.
My wife's given me some pretty important links too. She's out here. Obviously she's annoyed because I'm making the kids be quiet and go laugh in my bedroom right now because I'm not going to have them behind me. But she's dropping me some. Let's see here. I'm looking at video monitor shot. Okay, let's go to this. I'm going to pull this tab up. So there's witnesses to the shooter. Oh yeah, the redheaded dude. Yeah, we showed the redheaded dude. This is Dr. Simone Gold. I'm in the center of Times Square. Not a single. Let me see if I'm sharing this or not. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So not a single video monitor reporting that Donald Trump has been shot. The depth of its censorship and propaganda is astounding. And these are the pre-populated images that they give that are allowed to be in the public, right? CNN, all those mainstay publications. Not a single one, this lady's reporting, is showing that Donald Trump has just been shot.
Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, or maybe it's just me. I mean, let me know if I'm up in the night. But ever since the debate, that I have noticed a marked increase of propaganda that has been going out. Like, I mean, like the thing with Trump and Epstein. I mean, like that has been going nuts. And I've been trying to dig, and I haven't found anything new. Like, I haven't found where they came out with any new info or anything that they've definitely upped their game since the debate.
Look at the people left over that are still in Facebook for some reason. They're not even able to see this information.
Website.
I know. I go on there and it's like no one is willing to talk about the actual world around them on Facebook anymore because they're so scared that their little account where there is the only spot that they know how to get a hold of certain family members. They don't want to mess that up, right? They don't want to ruffle the feathers. They lost family members over their opinions during the last election. No one wants to be out there and be putting their opinion out because everything's so touchy, right? We just got to let the powers that be handle this. They'll sort it out for us, right? I hate that going on Facebook.
Well, and that's how freedom of speech dies, is people that are scared, and intimidated easily and, into, being quiet.
Yeah.
I personally don't care.
My pops even checked the news feeds, and there was only one blip about an investigation to see if it was an assassination attempt. Crickets otherwise, of course. You know what I mean? Of course. Yeah. And Zuckerberg tries to act like some kind of new freedom advocate. And Jack Dorsey's out here trying to act like some new freedom advocate, bro. They're wolves in sheep's clothing, trying to get our support behind them so that they can do the exact same thing to us that they just did 4 years ago. Because people on average have an extremely low and short memory span. They've done this to us on purpose through our food, through our media. They've dulled us into this world where we're always looking at the grass greener on the other side on Instagram, never really digging into our own families, putting the work into our own marriage, and putting our heels in the sand and making something that is meaningful. Legacy is the real value in this world. It's not the money. It's not our crypto portfolio. It's the legacies, you guys, the things that we leave behind and that we show to other people around us. That is the value, and it's being taken away through a digital infrastructure. It feels like the Matrix sometimes.
So there's
the emperor has no clothes.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some images coming around where it shows that Trump possibly was shot more than once.
Wow.
And there's a hole in his jacket, in his suit jacket.
Is there imagery?
Yeah, I got it. Stand by.
We got Mark Smithson talking about Trump team recently requested beefing up security detail, Secret Service detail, and they were denied. Just like, I mean, obviously, they remember Biden denied
RFK.
Yeah. And RFK's dad, or his family member, not his dad, but he was
his uncle.
Yeah, his uncle was shot by the
And
CIA.
his dad, because
that's true.
Bobby Kennedy was shot and killed.
The whole damn family, you know what I mean? And he can't even get the Secret Service to help him out during his campaign, especially in this current political environment. What does that tell you about how Joe Biden treats his adversaries? He doesn't look at them as opponents. He's adversaries.
It's insane how many times I see people calling, one side fascist when them themselves are like every action and word is the literal definition.
Yeah, I have the image up right here, Drew, if you want to take the screen.
Okay, let's pull it up. Wow, zoom in a little bit. Give me a zoom.
Hole. Now, I did see in a video that Trump was bleeding from his chest. There was a big red pool of blood on his chest.
Wow.
So
bro, if he took one to the chest and still makes it through, like, think about, I mean, I think he's going to make it through. I have a gut feeling he's going to make it through.
Crease in the jacket, but he is wearing, I've heard reports, and this other person says Donald Trump he started wearing a bulletproof vest just the other week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, and bulletproof vests or something, the soft-sided armor is something we should probably have in our website, because that's actually part of my bug out kit. Essentially, I have a soft-sided armor, and then the long one. I got a long rifle, and obviously the bug-out bag. I treat my pistol as a way to get to my long rifle. Essentially, is how I set it up.
Yeah.
Well,
So
basically, what your pistol should be for is, I mean, to get to your main gear. But even once you get to it, you want it as a backup. And you guys know, if you have a malfunction, something like that. You don't want to be messing with trying to clear a malfunction on your long rifle in the middle of something going on. You drop that, pull your pistol, engage, get to cover concealment. Then you can put your pistol away, clear that. So you have your main fucking weapon, and then you can change out your mag on your pistol in case you need it again and get back in the game.
Oh man, he tweeted. Let's see if he tweeted. Trump tweeted. Apparently, let's see.
What?
Do we have a Trump tweet for the first time in years? Oh my god. Dude.
Here we go. I'm bringing it up.
You bringing it up?
No.
No, I don't see any tweets either.
Was last year, August 24th.
I don't see any tweets either. Link me if you got it. FJB, that's right. And remember Let's Go Brandon was started, and the guy who said, well, he was just talking about his race, and then the crowd starts chanting F Joe Biden. That guy was sponsored by like Baby Doge or something like that, like some meme coin and BJ was in on it when it happened, and it absolutely rocketed. Like BJ crushed it on that meme coin because that guy, that NASCAR driver, was sponsored by Baby Doge at the time. This world's so crazy, you guys. Like, sometimes.
Dude. I swear, it's like the world becoming a reality show.
How do I watch the UFC tonight? We got to find the clips of when if Trump. So he's flying. It's in Denver.
Is it really?
Oh, well, even if we don't watch it live, I mean, there's going to be plenty of clips of it. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, I'm confused now. People are saying he's going to go now, but I don't understand. Like, there isn't a UFC fight tonight. Maybe it's the one that's later this month.
Michael Moore's asking to see the Trump token.
So UFC Denver, we are live.
Trump token's at 8:30 right now. Obviously, you got the massive spike, but obviously it's crushing it. And, this is kind of like crazy thing. It's like people are basically, putting their money behind a vote for Trump through this meme coin.
Well, like you said, I mean, they're voting with their dollars.
This is a sign of the volatility to come, though, bro. Like, honestly, like, I think that we are entering a super cycle. The super cycle of matter, it might mess with time frame, but I mean, that's where we're going. Trump is going to take all the credit for Bitcoin going to the moon as he's in office.
Yeah.
People are going to be chanting and cheering for him. Bitcoin made in America. We're doing it, baby. We're taking down. And then watch, there'll be this is just a hot take. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of electrical malfunctions across the entire nation of China at some point during Trump's presidency, shutting down their hash power, and then things get wiggy from there.
This is from Truth Social.
Let's go.
So
we got Truth Social. Let's go.
Here we
Let's
go.
do this.
Not to point it out, but XRP was pumping today.
Yeah,
I did see
yeah.
the escape pump for
Here
XRP
we go.
finally came.
This is from Truth Social. I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound. Shots immediately felt bullets ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America. There you go.
The GOAT.
On the Trump tweet, it doesn't look like he tweeted, you guys. Like, I'm on his actual Twitter account, and he is followed by Dark Baron Trump, though.
Oh, there you go. We are on the darkest timeline. If there's ever a time for Dark Baron to rise, the Lisan al-Gaib, it is time. So, quick note: the head of the Secret Service is Secretary Mayorkas.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's really going to work out. Yeah, Secretary Mayorkas. He really cared about America when he left our border wide open for the last 4 years, right? So we had all rights to impeach that guy, and the deep state wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah, Drew, go ahead and take my screen down.
All right, let's go here. I'm just checking out. I'm perusing the I got this NFT. I picked up the mugshot NFT. Bro, that's actually going to be probably worth a grip now that I'm thinking about it. I got a Trump NFT from the Trump official release, and it's on Polygon. I can't sell it until the election actually goes down, but honestly, bro, I better dig up that because I know it's sitting in my wallet, but I haven't looked at it in a while. I better keep really, really good tabs on that NFT as well from this Bluegrass Man. We all are freaks. Why are we freaks, bro? I mean, I know I'm a freak. I'm freaky, but let me know why you think I'm a freak. Bluegrass Man.
Is there
always coming in here talking trash to me and stuff? I want to talk to you, bro. Why don't you speak up what you think, right? And say what's on your mind.
You get your mess with a boy from Paulding County. Come on now. I want to know, like, Mike, I guess we can start with you.
What up?
Are the Democrats completely boned for the election this year? Is there any path forward for a Democrat victory besides out-and-out election stealing?
Honestly, yeah. Other than that, it's a rough road because they're in a position right now where, and I'll make this short, but they're on a very compressed timeline. So they, like with the funds that they've gathered, I think it's like 250 million or something like that for Biden's campaign. They have to give that back unless Kamala steps up to replace Biden. If she does, they can keep the donated funds because she's currently on the ticket. If they go with somebody totally fucking off in left, right field, Newsom, whatever, they have to give all that money back. And this late in the game, that could almost be a death sentence for the Dems.
Okay.
So that's important to understand. And I think it's August, like the first or second week of August, they can't replace Biden. So if they're going to replace him, they need to do it soon, and it's still going to hurt quite a bit. And then with this that happened today, I don't know. I mean, it's
already too late in Nevada and Wisconsin. It's too late already. Yeah. Like he literally needs to expire to be able to replace him with someone else in those very, very key swing states.
Legally, it can be Kamala because the ticket would technically not change.
That's true. That's true. That is exactly.
Joe would essentially abdicate and become vice president, and then Kamala would be acting president, and then
exactly.
Joe
and they'd be able to keep the donations, the funds,
and all the donations. TJ
is watching his channel at Risk Live on air. I love you, TJ. We're out here, baby.
Social. Yes, it was. Here's actually breaking news, Drew. If you want to take my screen, this is a press statement from the Secret Service during former President Trump's campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on the evening of July 13th at approximately 6:15. So we were well over, almost 3 hours away right now. A suspected shooter fired multiple shots toward the stage from an elevated position outside of the rally. So they're only saying one shooter. A U.S. Secret Service personnel neutralized the shooter, who is now deceased. U.S. Secret Service quickly responded with protective measures, and the former president is safe and being evaluated. One spectator was killed. 2 spectators were critically injured. The incident is currently under investigation, and the Secret Service has formally notified the FBI. That's probably not great news for anyone, but here we go. Guys, I want to take a moment here before we continue. We need to, as soon as we realize and learn who the identity of the rally goer that was killed, we need to elevate their name.
Absolutely.
We need to make sure that everyone's going to know who the shooter is. We need to make sure that this person is also celebrated for exercising their right to go to a campaign rally, thinking that they're going to be protected by Secret Service, and they failed. And ultimately they paid the price. And I want to make sure that this person is venerated, because it's innocent life, and they were just exercising their rights.
And think about, they walked through the parking lot worrying about getting punched in the back of the head by some radicalized Antifa. They walk through their town wearing the red hat, having to worry about their food getting spit into, or someone slashing their tires. They're afraid to put stickers on their car, because we all saw what happened if you're in cities and you got a Trump sticker on your car, get your windows bashed in, get your stuff stolen. This isn't hyperbole. This is stuff that I literally had to tell people not to do when I was in Denver watching the riots go on, and Antifa did show up in Fort Collins. Guess who took care of that? Proud Boys, right? There's all kinds of stuff that, I'm not going to go into detail about it. But something kind of crazy I'm reading just in our system here, guys. I just got a notification that Facebook has turned off comments from Facebook profiles to be able to comment on any live streams right now going on.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Thanks, Mark.
Look at that.
All right, Jason, go ahead and take my screen down so I can do some more probing on 4chan.
Thank you, comrades.
Right.
Yeah.
So thankful. It's such a crazy time to be alive, you guys. This is actually the largest live stream we've ever had.
Oh, where are we at right now? 853 guys. This is incredible. What are we at on YouTube?
Let's see here. 130 about. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Guys, we're crushing it. Thank you so much. I got to put my glasses on now.
Hey, did you guys see? I'm sorry, I'm on my phone, so I can't see the comments. What did other people have to say? What they feel might be possibilities of what happens next.
Honestly,
in regards to what?
Oh, just now that this has happened. This changes everything.
Do you remember those rallies that happened all over the country in cities, and they turned into physical skirmishes, and then ended up with sporadic shots fired? And
that's what I mean. This is kind of. We like the whole country. To me, it's felt like it's we've been taking a shower in gasoline, and this is could potentially be a spark, which I hope not. All these people that revel in the idea of like a civil war and stuff, they've never seen war. I promise you, because the worst thing possible that could happen right now in this country ever would be a civil war, because it's not in a foreign land, on somebody else's soil. It's happening in your streets. It's happening to your family. It's it's tearing apart our nation. Anyone who takes pleasure, left, right, center, in something like that, you are a terrible person. I'm just going to frickin' say it.
Absolutely. And I've been seeing the Patriot Front being spun as a real thing already, right? I think that obviously there's a spark, but I think the ground has already been on fire, and really it's unfortunate to say, but I really, really feel like that's what's going on right now. And this is just a quick reminder. Like, this is I'll just share this image. I believe this is actually what happened a while ago. But these Patriot Front people, they try to pose as freedom-loving, Americans that are, on the side of Trump supporters. But they all come in masks, and once they get unmasked, I believe that there was information found about the few people that were unmasked in this particular instance that was linked to 3-letter government agencies. You know what I mean? And then I want to pull up a bunch of different stuff. What do you got on your screen here, Nick?
I got some good stuff.
All right, let's pull it up.
This is Charlie Kirk. Joe Biden and Democrats have invited this into our country. And this is a tweet from Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and MAGA Republicans are a threat to the very soul of this country.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I've got a video here from an eyewitness who was at the rally.
A little crazy here. It's amazing. People thought it was fireworks. Yeah, I thought it was fireworks because I looked over. I was right by the fence, not too far from the fence. And all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang. It was like 5 shots or 6 shots total. And then everybody hit the ground.
Guys, let's go. Keep going, please. Let's go.
All right. But,
well,
can you hear that?
Yeah, we can hear it.
I hope a plus on Donald Trump's side. Who would do this? You know, who would do? I mean, there was security all over the place. I don't know. Well, what can I say? I didn't see anybody. They said there was somebody in the trees and whatever, and I saw them all rush over, but that's about all I saw.
Are you worried that Trump might not be able to continue holding events like this because his life is in so much danger?
Well, I think he's used to taking risks, and with the security running, I mean that's a possibility. In fact, I was thinking on the way here, what if somebody would bring a gun? Like they check over and I ask security, have you given contraband yet?
Yeah, it seems like another like massive security failure.
Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah. So this is.
Me personally, just from my background, I can't think of any way that, especially with, their experience, their background, their training. I'm trying to wrap my head around it of how, the series of events that would need to take place, in security, flaws in security and oversight to where something like this got as far as it did. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that thing. That woman was a reporter for the Seattle Times or something, or no, for The Stranger. She tweeted out, "Make America aim again."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look at this. This is a closer shot of that hole through his shirt or his vest, and many people are reporting he was wearing a bulletproof vest. I would
100%. I can guarantee he was.
Yeah. Here's another great poll just from April. Presented without comment. Like that's kind of incredible that, they were just enabling. They were enabling the whole time through.
And they convict him. So everyone that I hear that's, on the fence, you going to vote for the felon? It's like I'm going to vote for the felon that the deep state hates.
Name a politician that is not a felon. Okay.
well, and the thing is, if they're not, it's simply because they haven't been tried. Because all of them. I mean, like Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she would, she does exactly the same thing that any one of us would go to jail for. Insider trading. Any one of us would be in jail, for a long time. If that, I mean, what was that? Her name, the one that did the
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. Yes, thank you.
Stewart went to the big.
I'm gonna go get some water. You guys keep going. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. You're fine.
Yeah, Martha Stewart was doing all that mess. Like, there's just such a double standard here. I'm going to keep on looking for some more stories to pull. But, folks, if you're with us, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Blockchain Basement. We've covered the intersection of crypto and self-sovereignty. And so part of that is understanding what the hell's going on right now. So a lot of you all on YouTube, a ton of you on X, and a lot of you on Rumble right now joining us. Some of you for the first time. Welcome. Give us a follow. We're all over the place. We go live at 2 o'clock Monday through Friday talking about crypto and politics and culture and everything. So we really, really appreciate all you guys hanging out with us right now. So we're going to continue to go live for a little bit longer to just catch the latest. And probably not going to stay until the UFC fight, but it would be cool to see. We'll definitely be posting on our X account for the next while.
Maybe we should do a follow-up tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have a show.
Dude, I guarantee you in the coming days, there's going to be a ton of stuff to go over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for everyone out there on Twitter, you guys support the channel on YouTube if you can. We are growing like crazy on YouTube. We've made it through all the algorithmic robots. We've been swooping and jiving around all the matrix systems, bringing people the truth for about a year and a half now. We're almost at 60,000 subscribers. You out there on Twitter, if you got YouTube, go over there, give us a subscription. You're not going to be disappointed with the content that we bring.
Don't forget about Rumble.
That's right. And Rumble. I'll bring up the Rumble as well here.
Hell yeah.
Let's see here. Where is that at? So we're on Rumble as well. Rumble, we love. I want there to be a better kind of a engagement community out there, a better engagement community. We're only at 362 followers on here, you guys. If you're out there on Rumble, if you have a Rumble account, give us some love on Rumble. That's kind of like our fail-safe. X and Rumble are our fail-safes. If we ever get found by those tubers, What I'm saying?
Wow. Okay, you want to see something crazy right now?
Yes.
Is that the
bullet.
shot?
That's not the bullet that hit. That's one of the ones that was going by his head.
No.
Actually captured on camera.
Dude. So yeah, there's no way that it was a BB, dude. I could 100% take it without question.
Wow.
That is
my God. This is like so shocking, but like expected. I just hate to see it actually happening.
Yeah.
But we could feel it. Like seeing this stuff. I'll share this. This is the Patriot Front, a bunch of feds trying to look like patriots, getting in and out of U-Hauls, right? The same playbook as Antifa. In the same
didn't one of them get caught with like a bullhorn that had FBI stenciled on it?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it doesn't mean that necessarily that's where it came from, but I find that kind of odd.
Mm-hmm. They get demasked and they get found. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, I have trouble trusting anyone that's not willing to dox, honestly, because they could be saying anything and they're not.
Yeah.
They're not culpable for anything that they say. And that's why the same thing goes for crypto, bro. Like the same thing goes for crypto. If heads of other than Bitcoin, I don't need to know who Satoshi is. That's a big enough of a decentralized system where I'm cool not knowing who Satoshi is. But
any true patriot isn't gonna hide their face, dude.
100%, man. There's no need to hide. We are not hiding. This is our country. We have laws that demand our freedom.
Yeah.
What do you got, Nick? What do you got, Nick?
Dude, the information's coming in hot and fast. Poly market. Trump's odds of winning just hit 70%.
Ooh.
Like I said, dude, the hits are going to be coming fast and furious in the coming days. There's going to be a ton of material to cover.
And the knock-on effects from this, with not just like, there's going to be a huge reckoning in local elections now, Senate elections, House rep.
Down ticket, absolutely.
Everything, yeah. The red wave is going to be immense, and I don't think it's going to be like rhinos are not going to stand a chance, because all the rhinos who were anti-Trump, they're all going to get found out. Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell you a somewhat negative thing that could come from this is an even deeper polarization than we already have.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, because what I think there could be, if this is not handled well and Trump doesn't get his messaging really, really perfect over the next 72 hours, there could be a retaliatory attack, and that would be terrible.
Unfortunately, and honestly, and I'm just spitballing here, but even if it isn't somebody that supports him, for someone that has, one of those twisted people that want things to spark off.
Yeah.
Somebody that would do that just for the sake of, kicking things off. Because all these people that are listening, and you guys, I know that you've seen, just the crazy stuff on both sides, that some of the extremists say. I'm definitely, right of center, but, there's extremists on both sides. And some of them are severely, have some severe issues, wanting things like this to kick off.
Well, and that's the worry, like that the pendulum swinging too far, and then we see bad actors from the right coming out, and then all of a sudden we're in martial law. You know what I mean? Somebody
on the left that wants that to happen, Drew. you know,
Yeah.
and posing as somebody on the right.
Yep, absolutely. Because, and you know, like we're at a point where, you know, I saw FOMO Sapien talking about right-wing
sapien.
people. Yeah, I mean, he's got a funny, and you know, I know the dude. I think he's left-leaning a little bit, but he's still conversationally
No,
able.
everyone's welcome here, dude. Everyone.
Yeah. Well, except for that one asshole. But this
Oh,
guy.
well, we'll just ban them.
That's so he's saying that you will hide your face if you're participating in civil disobedience. That's not true. Not
No.
even close. Because the dudes who have balls and that know that we have rights in this country and that are constitutional maxis, we know that even if you kill us, you put us in jail, the people see that. The people see it.
There's a difference in the civil disobedience that goes on in the different camps. You know, everything I've seen, other than we can debate the January 6th and all that, but other than that, there's a big difference in how we conduct ourselves and how they conduct themselves. So we're not smashing windows, we're not attacking people, we're not burning things. You know, we don't need to cover our face. You know,
Absolutely.
The ones that are committing crimes and that are doing violent acts, they're the ones that cover their faces.
Yep. I wonder if we're still live on X. I wonder. Yeah, we're still live on X.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
we're rocking and rolling, baby. There's almost 1,000 people watching us on X right now.
Jeez, that is so cool. I love to see the channel growing. And we have places for it to grow.
I love it.
That feels really, really exciting to me because I didn't feel this ability to speak the last time this was happening, but now we have a landing pad where we can go on and our algorithm. We're not being pushed out of the algorithm. We're not being hidden by X. You know, that feels good.
I'd love to say something really quick. Just as a veteran that dedicated 22 years of my life, thank you to everybody out there that cares enough to pay attention to this stuff.
Yes,
I mean it really does mean a lot.
Absolutely. And then that's the start of it. You know, you pay attention, then you feel like getting involved when you start to learn more.
Education. I mean, you need to be knowledgeable. And it goes back to what we were talking about, the emergency prep. Knowledge is key. I mean, it's the one thing, your mind is the one thing that doesn't matter if, Facebook censors you or, whatever. It's, you need to get out there. You need to pay attention. That is the most powerful weapon that we have to take the country back, is to educate yourself on what's going on and dial in on facts. Do not let emotion rule you. Don't get caught up in that fever, that mob mentality. Really dig in and find the facts. Question your own, even things that you think are truthful. Be the most critical of those things and find facts to support or destroy that, that hive mind. Do not fall into that.
Check it out. We already got our flag, our Trump flag.
Love
Go
it.
get yourself a flag. Let your neighbors know. Start some conversations, folks.
Let freedom fly.
That's right, baby. Let freedom fly. I'm probably going to need to put a couple more flag poles in front of my house at this rate. Because I think, and also not being afraid to wear what you support and not being afraid to show outward support for Trump after years of being told that you're a problem, you're a danger to this country by not only the president, but also by larger corporations. Right. And it's funny, like my wife she was interviewing for an AI prompter job, and it asked a couple political questions, and my wife's very reasonable. She answered them honestly, and she was disqualified for not being a full lefty. You know what I mean? Like it's even on the job realm, and we have to keep pushing the needle because eventually they'll realize that there's too many of us. They cannot stop us. America is the most armed nation on the planet, and we just need to focus on being a strong collective and not letting the division turn this into a situation where there's roadblocks from, martial law, because that's where it gets bad.
Well, and I'll say this: that is the most powerful weapon that they use, is to divide us. Don't let them do it. And you're showing a flag right now. That is why it was so important. The founding fathers, when they had Betsy Ross, put together the flag and, all of that, is they understood that it's a banner that the people can rally behind. This division has gotten to the point to where I've even seen people make comments where if, you're flying an American flag, I know what side you're on. It's like, what? We're all on that side. When did the American flag become a thing of the right?
Absolutely.
I've heard people say, if I see you having kids, like if I see a young family that has kids, I can automatically tell that they're Republican. Like,
that's crazy, bro.
Dude, the American flag represents everyone. Gay, straight, left, right, doesn't freaking matter. If you're an immigrant, legal, it's, it represents this country and everyone in it. We are one people, and we need to start acting like it. We need to come together.
Absolutely, man. And that's where, like, I worry about how divided up everything is. Even like the Israel conversation split Republicans in half.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It split them straight up in half, if not, 60-30. But it also split the Dems in half.
Oh, dude, it's straight out of Sun Tzu. You study any, military tactics or psychological warfare, whenever it's a small entity or group, and you're trying to, basically control, a group of people that outnumber you and, are literally more powerful than you. I mean, that's 101. Divide them, get them fighting each other.
That's a much easier target to take out. When you have, that there's no cohesion, there's no organization. It's you're weak at this point, so.
Well, that's what scares them about losing control over social media and why they hate Elon so much.
Right.
Is they had a lockdown on the narrative. They had all the social media, they had all the the mainstream media, they had the whole thing on lockdown, and then when they lost it with X, it started to unravel.
Yeah, look at this. This is reportedly one of the snipers that helped save Trump.
Yeah,
there.
Nice.
My God.
Well,
soft times make soft people, right there. Look at that.
Well, and that really, the Secret Service, they always have counter snipers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, again, back to what we were talking about. That's why I find it so freaking difficult to understand how that guy got that far, onto a roof and able to take at least 3 shots. Because you figure if one nicked his ear, one went through his jacket, and there's 2 critically injured, and one that is fatally wounded, that means that there was at least 3 bullets. If one passed through his jacket, hit somebody, if one nicked his ear and hit somebody, and then a stray one hit somebody else, that's at least 3 shots this dude got off. So he climbed up on a roof, got into a firing position, prone probably, and took at least 3, not well aimed shots, but 3 shots. How did he get that far?
Yeah, it's so scary to think that hole might have been created on purpose.
No, absolutely, Drew.
I was not quite. The kids are having fun, but they're like,
I know.
It's kind of a weird vibe. They're all like giggling in the background.
Yeah.
At all. So you're totally fine. I do want to. There's a clip from CNN that's just weird. It's just weird. So let me know if you can hear this audio.
Donald Trump and the people around him perceive themselves to be under threat, and that's all that matters. That is not legitimate. That is wrong. You hear the screams from the audience. People are terrified.
Hundreds of January 6th.
So they're saying they perceive themselves to be under threat, and that is not legitimate.
Well, I can think a bunch of people that have been in prison for a couple of years for being at a location that would think otherwise.
Yeah, it's just weird how CNN is trying to
Oh, totally gaslight, dude.
Yeah,
no, you're on the money, Nick. You're on the money.
This is hitting levels that we didn't want to see, you guys, but there's no denying it's here. There's no denying it's here. And really, I worry about people that I know that are channel members and channel supporters that are in cities right now. I'm literally that's where my mind is stuck on thinking 3 or 4 months ahead now. And you guys are going to have to look at, fire bombs and remember the burning trash cans. Remember all of that stuff. Remember the bricks on pallets that would get dropped off.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. No, not a construction site, in sight. They were like, oh yeah, down that alley, they were dropping off, pallets full of bricks and they, this, that, metal pipes and all kinds of stuff.
And those people are not afraid to do it again. They were let off. They were let off with barely even a slap on the wrist.
Kamala Harris was tweeting out for GoFundMe links, saying, go donate to bail people out.
Yep. Absolutely. And now, knowing that these perpetrators from the last, they are basically, they feel like they have they have emboldened mindsets. They have free will to do whatever. They have the free ticket because they're on the side that's currently in power, and they're going to come after it again. Yes, that's it. That is it. And they say that they're anti-fascist when literally they're punching people in the head for not agreeing with their political ideologies. What do you think?
Literal definition?
Like, and that's where like that's the wording. They always say that you are what they are, so that they can just confuse the conversation so bad that everyone just talks in circles.
Saul Alinsky's book, Rules for Radicals, it's actually taught in that you accuse the other side of what you're doing, and basically like gaslighting. And it's if anybody that doesn't believe me, I've read it. Go find the book, look it up. It's a play straight out of the playbook.
Absolutely. And now, we got the Trump crowd is the biggest threat to democracy, right? But yet there's literal bullets flying at our presidential candidate. Right? Yep. Like, I mean, don't we see on here? Like, my God, you guys, it's so crazy to think that this is going on right now, and people are not wanting to accept the situation for really what it is.
Well, guys, I hate to go, but I got to jump. But
you're good. You're good.
Thanks for having me, and I definitely would love to do a follow up. And once we get some more facts and some more info, I want to do some deep diving into some things, and I really want to get into the ballistics of some of this. If I can get my hands on any of it, because it really interests me. Kind of what we've been talking about. With just how tight the security is supposed to be. And the obvious lapse or holes, like Nick put it, that were in the security. I find this very, very. Thank you for bringing that up. The Kennedy. I mean, it really has those same vibes.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's where we're at. Eron sent me something, the full audio from it, but it won't be able to share on the stream. I think we got a pretty good understanding. And he was talking about the dangers to society right before he gets shot, by a guy on the roof. And then all that flying information about that Violets guy, I'm leaning towards he's not the dude, because like Nick pointed out really immediately, the body type did not match. And there's going to be a lot of confusion, a lot of,
let's let the dust settle. Like I said, I don't want to draw any conclusions, and I'm all about facts, logic, no emotion. Let's let some stuff come to light, let the dust settle, and let's revisit this.
Yep, man. I mean, I know this is like one of the biggest streams ever for us, but I think at this point we've kind of covered everything that I wanted to cover, other than if you're out there in the chat and you are not ready for what's coming to American cities, go to basement.supplies. Again, I'm going to tell it. I'm scared. I'm sitting here worried about you guys in the cities. Numbers on our phones are great. Having a plan and a bag to go with the plan, that can be worth more than any amount of money that can be on your phone at any time.
But before I go, I want to emphasize that, if I may, Drew.
Yeah, absolutely.
72-hour kit. Food, water. If you have any medications, life-dependent medications, anything like that, for you and every member of your family, and have a plan. If things go sideways, are you surviving in place, or do you have a place to bug out? And if you're going to bug out, it needs to be quick. If things go sideways, I mean, roads outside of cities, if things really do kick off, they're going to be gridlocked, and you're going to end up trying to get out on foot, which is not what you want. So you need to be ready and have a plan in place on where you're going, and move quick if things go sideways in a big way. If they don't, it might, I hate to say it, but if you're in a city, you might be better off, at least short term, just hunkering down.
Yeah, and you got to have clothing that will match the demographic of which we're considering is going to be the perpetrator.
Gray man. You want to be a gray man.
Don't stick out.
Or lady, or they do.
Yeah.
So, the great
Hey,
event.
real quick, guys, here is footage of the sniper engaging with the assassin on the roof.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I want to see this before I go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, let me see if I can full screen this. Does that come across the full screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Wow.
3 shots. There was 3 shots.
Yeah, it's 3, and I don't know if it hit the first time, because you can hear in the rest of the video there were many shots.
Yeah, no, that. Yeah, the one, because the people said they thought it was fireworks, and it almost sounded like that there was like 6 or 8 different shots. But I'm sure that some were the shooters, some were the counter snipers. There might have been some Secret Service agents taking shots. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
exactly.
all right, brothers,
Man.
I got to go. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for having me.
No, Vet, I'm so glad you came, bro. You're coming. Things are gonna get worse. You're gonna need to come on all the time. So just get ready, brother.
Happy to, dude. Let me know. I'm gonna be chilling at my black side up in the woods for the next couple weeks. So
yeah, you got the spot, brother. Well, I appreciate you, Vet. We'll see you in a bit, brother.
All right, later, man.
All right, man. Nick, just so much to digest right now. You know what I mean? Like. Man, Iran sent me a link. I'm going to see if it's something any different than what we've already seen. Iran, he's been on the basement before. I'll get this. Oh, no. What is this? Who did I remove? Let's see here.
I think that just left.
Yeah. I'll get rid of this one. Okay. So this I'm going to share. I got. Let's see here. Stop sharing. So I'm trying to pull up my screen. He sent it. It's radar hits. Just put this out. So let's see if this is anything new. I know we've covered this a lot, but it just feels so big. I gotta find as much information as possible while everything's broken or breaking.
Yeah.
Let's find here.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Wow. A lot of gunfire was exchanged.
Bro, I am so glad that he did not get hit.
He was like literally an inch or two from meeting his maker. I mean, he may have he might be born again by the end of the day today. This is the kind of stuff that like shakes you as a human, like as a human being, coming this close to death, literally an inch away from having part of your face blown off.
Yeah, I mean, I feel sick right now just thinking about if that would have hit him, what would have happened. Like,
we would be in a different country.
Yeah, because people are already, they can't afford basic necessities from what Joe's done. And now we're going to see our opposition try to literally kill one of the only chances this country has to turn around. The other chance is RFK. I'm not going to lie, but he doesn't have enough people behind him to get the position. Even, you know, like it's going to be healthy to see how much support RFK is going to get. But honestly, bro, like we were, I don't even, I know we're on YouTube. I don't even want to say what. Just expect roadblocks. Expect the need for 4-wheel drive. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I keep talking about getting out in the woods or at least suburbs, because you don't want to be locked in city center grid type setups for your, you know, escape. You know, that's where it's easy to create a pinch point. It's easy to stop the flow of people. It's just so crazy to think about, man. And let's see here. You guys are great. Oh, shout out from Johnny December. It's out on a boat and got the blockchain basement notification about the shooting, always keeping us informed. Much love from the K's of Belize. Praise God, Trump is okay. Shout out to you, Johnny December. This guy's an absolute G. He's always scuba diving. He's got these awesome dogs. fantastic lady, fantastic life. He's out there living it. This is we got the best community in all crypto, dude. And this is the most based community. I'm so glad that we're called the basement. You know what I mean? I almost feel like we should rebrand it like the based men, but occasionally we have a gal on the show. But Nick, man, do you have, I mean, I feel like we've covered everything we could. Do you have anything else that we should dive into before we let everyone go?
So, Monday we're going to do a deep dive. We're probably going to have like a 2-hour show on Monday. So we'll be back here on X and everywhere else. So there's almost 1,000 people watching us on X right now. Super duper appreciate it. Give us a follow. We're doing the Lord's work out here.
Much love. Much love.
Look, this is not the time for any type of retaliation. No retaliatory violence. The temperature needs to come down in a big, big, big way. So, and we need to pray. Like, guy, I love that one. Just do it with his order from Basement Supplies. Rock on, baby, rock on. You need to stay on X, okay? Like, getting your news from the mainstream media is not going to work. You're not going to be getting the real deal. So you need to be getting your news from X. Get your news from us. There's some other, like, look at who we follow.
Yeah.
But guys, you need to stay strapped or you will be clapped. This is not the end of there being hostilities. This is the beginning. And our enemies, whether internal or external, are going to capitalize on this.
Absolutely.
And it's up to us as Americans to be united in trying to keep peace in this nation, because the alternative is not something that you even want to think about. And internationally, I know there's a big upheaval happening in Europe right now. Things are going left. Things are going right. Sometimes conflict can't be avoided, but we are here on this earth to be agents of peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And the best way to raise your family and the best way to be the best you is during times of peace. So you need to pray for peace and be an instrument of peace in your community.
Well, absolutely. And like, what I'm thinking of is, the design of the Second Amendment is to keep the government in check, not to inflict chaos on your neighbors or your loved ones. Like, it's meant to make sure that our government doesn't have a monopoly on use of force. And so, it's important to retain that. Don't give them an inch when it comes to taking away those rights, because they want everything. The government wants everything. They want our money to be controlled. They want our physical security and our ability to protect our family to be taken away from, and thus then we're highly controllable. They want the entire kit and caboodle. Don't give an inch. We need our freedoms back. And honestly, we've come so backwards. Now our government knows everything about us, but we know nothing about them, right? It did not start that way. It used to be that we knew everything about these elected officials, and they knew little to nothing about us, the people, because there's no need. Unless we've committed a crime, there's just cause. There is no need to aggregate my data. So, we have rights. For God's sake, stick up for them. Nick, I'm going to go decompress now, man. This has been so crazy, but I love every single one of you out there in the chat, except for that one C-Rab guy. I hope you stub your toe. But I appreciate every single one of you. Keep this country strong. Keep an open ear for people. And honestly, get prepared. I don't see this down until a few years from this time frame. Honestly, we're going to probably have to ride this chaotic wave until the middle of 2030, probably 2035. So I love every single one of you guys. Get prepared, get knowledgeable, go to basement.supplies one last time. I'm so proud of us for having this system up and running before all of this happened, bro, because this is what it matters. Like, we're in crypto. We love number go up. Bitcoin's decentralization, but for God's sakes, we got to turn that into tangible power, and we can do that right here. So go to basement.supplies and take control of your future. Nick, I absolutely love you, man. I'm so glad that you're jumping on the show with me. And shout out to all the new members. Thanks for helping be the bedrock, the ground of which our YouTube can carry itself. And we are not susceptible to, if any major corporation wants to pull support for us, we have the backing of the people behind us, and it's all because of you guys. So I love you guys, and we'll be coming back to you probably potentially Sunday, but we got another video coming out. Got a couple of videos. I got a black site video coming out on Sunday, so black site members get ready. We dig into what's actually going on at the Supreme Court. A lot of very key information from the Supreme Court. There's my boy popping his head through the little screen there. Appreciate and love all you guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.
See ya.